Lubbock, Texas, a sellout crowd has gathered for a rivalry game to start the Big 12 season on both sides. The Texas Longhorns on the road in a hostile environment, taking on the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. A series that goes back a long, long way. They've been playing football against one another for many years. The first meeting between these two for the Chancellor's Spurs back in October of 1928. This is the 63rd straight season playing each other head-to-head, and a lot of folks around Lubbock are wondering if this is going to be the last time for a while that the Longhorns are here inside Jones AT&T Stadium. Dave Fleming, Rod Gilmore, Tiffany Blackman, glad to have you with us here as Hudson Card will get the start for Texas. The Longhorns are going to have the ball first to start this game. And Rod, look, Texas has had a nice start to the year, close call, coulda, shoulda, beaten #1 Alabama. I think everybody feels like this is a much improved Texas team. They're going to get tested today.
Yeah, it's sort of like, what are you walking into here? You know, Steve Sarkisian told his team to embrace the hate. And during warm-ups, the crowd was really jumping on the players, and the players just said, bring it, bring it. They've had tortillas thrown at them. They're all set and fired up. They've shown their mettle the last couple of weeks by a couple of impressive performances.
Short kick, and the Longhorns looking to return, and maybe around the outside as the tortillas continue to fly as the game gets started, and a good return by Keelan Robinson close to the 40-yard line. So the Texas offense will come on the field. And let's send it down on the field to Tiffany Blackman.
Hey guys, I did speak with head coach Steve Sarkisian before the game, and he told me Hudson Card will get the start today and that they feel really good about it, that he had good practices, and that he's in a better place. Card had been dealing with an ankle injury, and as for quarterback Quinn Ewers, who we haven't seen since he had that clavicle sprain against Alabama, he is suited up. Sarkisian said that he's not 100%, but he will be ready to go if need be, guys.
All right, thanks, Tiffany. So Hudson Card with the running backs split out wide right, all alone in the backfield for the first play from scrimmage in the ball game. And Card looking downfield, will throw downfield, and he's got his man complete along the far sideline, and that is Bijan Robinson. Not the way that they usually use him as a downfield receiver, but they want to get him the ball.
Yeah, but did you see how confident and comfortable he looked on that route and the good catch?
And we welcome you here to Lubbock, Texas. Sellout crowd for a Big 12 matchup. The Longhorns and the Red Raiders. Texas getting the ball first. First play from scrimmage was a long gain downfield, 22 yards through the air to Bijan Robinson. This is Keelan Robinson out of the backfield for the Longhorns. So Texas is on the move to start the game.
Yeah, Texas is a run-first team. You think about their quarterback, Hudson Card. He's only thrown 50 passes in 3 games. So they really want to establish some physical play and run the ball first and then loosen up the box some.
And that was, we'll have to check on Xavier Worthy because he just limped off the field. He's one of their top playmakers. Great play fake, and Card finds Keelan Robinson stumbling his way to the end zone for a touchdown. He stayed on his feet and was untouched for the first points of the game.
What a tremendous fake by Card. Robinson comes out of the backfield, and a blown assignment. You see him, he was on the outside part of the backfield, slips out, and no one recognized him, no one picked him up, running free down the sideline. A blown assignment on the back end for Texas Tech.
And Jatavian Sanders, a big tight end, with an excellent block to help lead the way. So how about that? Not Bijan Robinson, Keelan Robinson with the first touchdown of the afternoon. It took the Longhorns 3 plays to go 62 yards.
An unusual set. When you have the Texas running back set a little bit wide, that usually means he's getting out of the backfield. Texas Tech didn't recognize it, and no one saw Robinson. How about the way he got his balance back after almost stumbling down?
It was impressive. So the Longhorns, quite a statement to start this game. Sellout crowd, a lot of angst and emotion surrounding this rivalry game for lots of different reasons. And an excellent start for the number 22 ranked Longhorns.
That is not the start Texas Tech fans were looking for. They've been partying since. Did you hear them last night outside the hotel? I think they've been up all night.
The Red Raiders a little unhappy about the way that first drive went. Will Stone kicking it deep into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So the Texas Tech offense will come on the field. And that means Donovan Smith, who's going to start again for the Red Raiders, will lead the offense on for the first time. Donovan Smith, who's not a real experienced quarterback, even going back to high school, just hasn't played a ton of games at the quarterback position. His dad's the running backs coach for the New York Giants in the NFL, coached here for several seasons. He started the last 4 games of last year, was the Liberty Bowl MVP, and was the Offensive Player of the Week in the Big 12, leading Texas Tech to a win over a ranked Houston team. So he's done some good things. He also has made a lot of mistakes these last couple weeks. And as Texas Tech starts their drive, let's send it to the studio for an update.
All right, Dave Fleming, we're chasing history with Aaron Judge. He's 1 home run away from tying Roger Maris's team and American League record at 61 right now. He is up. He is not. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk, 0 for 2 with a walk. Bottom of the 7th, here we go. Yankees, Red Sox, history on the line.
Schreiber deals. 1-0. Slider inside. Crowd on its feet. Waiting for 61. Two and 0. Judge has gone 17 plate appearances without a home run. Big cut, 2-1. Hicks at first, game tied at 5, bottom of the 7th inning. Two and 2. Coming right after him.
Yeah, another sinker, and that again, it goes back to the spin. You don't pick up that spin, you don't trace the ball and the movement on it.
And here the anticipatory cheer, and then it gets quiet when the pitch is about to be delivered. Two. Still 2 and 2.
Kind of a hanging slider there, Coney, but what an advantage to a pitcher that, you know, you can even kind of make a mistake, but the shadows kind of even things out and give the pitcher such an advantage.
Yeah, that sinker in got Aaron Judge out in front of that slider a bit.
And the 2-2. Another foul ball.
That's definitely the best pitch he's had to hit in this at bat. Kind of a hanging slider, middle half.
Seems like everyone in the sellout crowd is standing, waiting, hoping, wishing. 2-2. Did he go? Yes, he did. Judge down on strikes, and first base umpire Chris Conroy not a favorite here.
And that could be Aaron Judge's last at bat of the day. If not, we'll check in back to Texas and Texas Tech.
Okay, Matt, thank you. So the biggest story in sports right now, and the wait continues for Aaron Judge. Meanwhile, here, the Red Raiders have moved the ball across midfield. Now going backwards, it's 3rd and 14 on Texas Tech's first drive of the game. After the Longhorns of Texas used 3 plays to go score the first point. 7-0 Texas here in Lubbock. Donovan Smith got the ball snapped, but whistles and the play stopped.
Ball start. Offense. Number 76. 5-yard penalty.
That's the left tackle Caleb Rogers.
Yeah, you know, Flynn, the first few plays, Texas Tech came out, spread formation, ran the ball, did a good job of recognizing that Texas didn't have many men in the box. Then they had a run that was stopped for a loss, and they haven't been able to recover from that. That's how they wound up in this 3rd and long situation.
A 3rd and very long now after the false start penalty. 3rd and 20 from the pocket. That pass is complete across midfield. Stopped short of the first down inside the 45. And we'll see if that makes Joey McGuire, the head coach here at Texas Tech, even consider his options. He's keeping the offense at the moment out on the field.
Yeah, you know, if you buy into my proposed new rule, once you cross the 50, you can't punt. This is what football would be like going forward.
And we'll see if they really want to run a play. Taj Brooks is out there in the backfield on 4th down and 7, and they will. In the pocket, Smith throws, and the pass is caught along the sideline. Yes, that's a catch, and that should be very close, and I think it is good enough for a first down.
He did a great job with his right foot. Watch the back right foot. He gets it down, and that's a first down.
Xavier White with the catch and the great effort there, as Rod described. So now the quick snap on first down and the short throw out to the left for a completion straight ahead for a few yards on 1st and 10. Texas Tech. What a decision by Joey McGuire early in this game.
Yeah, well, I think it's something that's coming. We're seeing more coaches go for it on 4th down, and once you cross midfield, I think it's really worth it. I mean, the chances of pinning a team down inside the 10 doesn't happen as often as you would think.
Pretty good start, I think, for Donovan Smith. 6 of 6 on this opening drive.
You mentioned earlier that he's had a couple of, well, more than a few mistakes the last couple of weeks, but he is a talented quarterback.
Yeah, he makes the good plays. Got to avoid those negative plays. Dumps that one with the pressure coming, and then the broken tackles still going down to the 25 for a first down. Taj Brooks with a very tough catch and run.
Try to tackle a bowling ball. He's about 5'10", generously, 230 pounds. Hard to wrap him up. For one guy anyway. Look at hit and roll.
And the quick tempo to the end zone. It is incomplete. Just a little bit overthrown, and good coverage there.
We'll go back to Donovan Smith for a moment. We talked about the fact that he's made some mistakes. 5 picks over a 2-week span. He is a very talented quarterback who just needs to play. And the coaches have decided they want to help him out, make the field easier to see for him. A lot of spread formations and the like.
That said, there's not an unlimited level of tolerance for more of those mistakes. The 5 interceptions, 2 of them have been pick sixes in the last couple weeks. Smith rolling out right, throws, and it's caught right about the 10 by Miles Price. First down, Red Raiders, and 1st and goal.
The Showtime, the entertainer, number 1, slipped down on his route, got his feet back, and Smith was waiting for him to regain his feet and got it to him.
Now they go quick tempo again. The handoff straight ahead to Brooks. And Texas, with the amount of size and strength they have along the defensive line, with the stop for a short gain.
Yeah, watch Smith here. He waits. He's waiting for Price. Lost his footing, and then he waits on him. Almost a little too late, but he had the patience to wait for him to get that big catch. Now a big 2nd down here. Expect Texas to play a little bit of zone in the middle of the field and man up on the outside.
8 of 9 on this opening drive for Donovan Smith. Thompson back in the backfield alongside Smith. On 2nd and goal, fake pitch. Instead, they pitch it going in the other direction. And the cut upfield inside the 5, Miles Price, their slot receiver, almost like an end around. The ball did come out at the end of the play, but I think they had blown the play down.
Anthony Cook, the safety, made a great play. He turned that play back inside to get help from his teammates. He's the one that forced everything back inside there.
Well, they did. They said no, it was a fumble and recovered by Monroe Mills. So that moves the ball back to the 5. turns into a great heads-up play by the right tackle, Monroe Mills, because they said that ball did come out.
Yeah, decision time for Texas defensively. Do you play man down here, or do you use the picket fence zone? Not a lot of room down here.
Texas Tech is burning a timeout, and I wonder whether that's also to give the replay officials a chance to take a longer look, maybe save a few yards if that was not a fumble. We'll step aside. It's 3rd and goal when we come back. Delivered by Papa John's with a big 3rd and goal play coming up here. Still early in Lubbock with a great atmosphere. Longhorns and Red Raiders. Texas's defense on the field without one of their best players, DeMarvion Overshone, who was flagged for targeting second half against UTSA last week. He has to sit out the first half here today.
Bunch formation to the right. A lot of pick plays down here. Texas has to be aware of passing off guys here and not get rubbed off.
Donovan Smith off to a hot start. The Texas Tech quarterback throws it short right. Price trying to get to the end zone, and he was walled off. Just got shoved out of bounds. Well defended by Texas.
Great defensive call by Texas. They did not play man. They played zone so that their secondary had eyes on the quarterback and the play. And Texas Tech is rolling the dice again.
They are. Their offense is staying out there, even though that play only gained a yard or so. It's 4th and goal.
Why not take the points and answer the opening drive by Texas as opposed to maybe losing some momentum here?
Well, we'll see. Receiver in motion. Smith is going to keep it. Smith, touchdown! Great decision. Go for it and punch it in. That was a powerful run from the quarterback, Donovan Smith.
That was a grown man run. He was hit through 2 or 3 yards before the end zone. Watch him carry defenders into the end zone. Couple of guys. He got hit there pretty hard by DeMonte Tucker Dorsey, and he took him for a ride.
Yeah, that's a good player. He shoved backwards 17 plays. Texas scored their touchdown in 3 plays. So a little different style opening drive. Same end result. Both teams into the end zone. The Red Raiders tied at 7.
I don't know. If you knew your quarterback could do this, why wait till 4th down? Little excitement for the fans. It's all tied up here.
On the Captain Papa John's and the all-new Papa Bowls. No crust, all toppings. Try one for yourself at Papa John's.
Well, I don't think you would get much of an argument if you said the greatest night in Texas Tech football history. November 1, 2008, #1 Longhorns here. Incredible game. Michael Crabtree with that tremendous effort to score the winning touchdown. Michael Crabtree, whose number is retired, he's going in the College Football Hall of Fame. And look, I don't know if we could repeat that. The stakes aren't quite the same here today.
Yeah.
But I do believe the Red Raiders fans are looking for another win against the Longhorns.
Yeah, lots of talk this week about going back to 2008. I would not fight you about that being the greatest play and the greatest night in Texas Tech football.
Man, a very short kickoff, and it goes out of bounds. That cannot possibly have been the design from Trey Wolf. So that's going to be a penalty against the Red Raiders special teams. Not very good there.
Let's go back to last time Texas had the ball. They scored a touchdown. Look at this play. Blown coverage on the back end. The running back, Robinson, is the second receiver to the left side. So somebody, the outside backer, and of course in the fail-safe, the free safety, has to recognize in that man coverage. Number 2 is uncovered. They didn't get it. They better correct it now, because Steve Sarkisian will come back with a formation like that, similar into the boundary, to see if they have corrected the problem.
Well, Hudson Card, just like Donovan Smith, got off to a really nice start. Didn't have to throw as many passes. He was 2 for 2 on the Longhorns opening drive. Xavier Worthy is back on the field. Now a screen play, a little wide receiver screen, and that was complete outside the 40. And I say wide receiver, that's the tight end acting like a wide receiver. Good player, Jatavion Sanders.
Hudson Card came out on fire. Didn't have that many plays, but the throws he made were certainly on target. You see what Donovan Smith has done today already, including running for that tying touchdown.
Bijan Robinson next to Hudson Card gets his first traditional carry, and that's what he does. Carries defenders into Texas Tech territory. Maybe the best running back in college football, maybe the best offensive player in college football, and that's a first down, Longhorns.
Maybe the best running back. He's got my vote. He is the best. A big guy, 222 pounds, but shifty like a smaller back. Can run routes, catch the ball, good blocker. There isn't anything he can't do on a football field.
So Card in the shotgun. Longhorns moving the ball again. He'll throw, and that one is dropped. Incomplete. Xavier Worthy, who we saw him limp off the field on the first possession, rode the bike to get loose back out there. That has been, as talented as he is, he's a good player. The drops are an issue for him.
Well, he's also only about 160 pounds. And so defensively, you think, get your hands on him, beat him up, make it a tough afternoon for him. And so I would expect Texas Tech to get somebody in his face and to push him around.
Got to catch that one. Second down, play fake. Card across the middle, and a nice delivery from Hudson Card to Jordan Whittington. That'll be another Longhorns first down.
We talked about this being a run-first offense. Hudson Card does a good job with the short passes and throwing a deep ball. It's the intermediate passes, that 15-plus yard, where he may not be quite the same as Quinn Ewers.
That throw again complete, and that's Whittington again. Close to a first down, stopped a yard short. Rashawn Merriweather with the tackle, but not much resistance for this Texas Tech defense thus far.
Yeah, they've had their hands full. They're not recognizing formations right away. They're a little bit unsettled right now.
Robinson in the backfield. Instead, they swing it out to Worthy, who hangs on to this one, cuts it upfield. First down, Texas.
When you hear all week defensively that this is a tough rushing team and they come out throwing the ball, quick passes and the like, you have to readjust. You have to get settled in. It's a good way for Texas to open, catch them off guard, and then later Texas will settle into their rushing attack.
So far, why do anything different?
Yeah.
Texas Tech has not been able to stop Hudson Card in the passing attack. Another play fake. Card is looking back left. He'll go toward the corner of the end zone. Incomplete.
They came back to it. Short side of the field, back out of the backfield, testing to see if Texas Tech had made any adjustment from the touchdown they gave up. I love this about Steve Sarkisian. If you don't prove that you can stop a play, he will come back to it. This time it's just Bijan Robinson out of the backfield. They pick him up this time. You see good coverage out there that time by Texas Tech.
And the tight end was wide open across the middle of the field. Now Card goes out wide left. It's a wildcat with Roschon Johnson going to take the direct snap, keep it himself, straight ahead run, stop for a short gain. So maybe a yard. It'll be third down.
We haven't seen Texas Tech roll the dice with a little pressure yet. Might be time for it. The problem with that is that, here you go, empty formation. Ball's got to come out fast with an empty formation.
We got both Bijan Robinson and we have Roschon Johnson out to the left. Card on third and long. Steps up and Card goes down. Well, they didn't have to bring any extra pressure. They got to him anyway.
Yeah, that's amazing. They dropped 8 into coverage, so there was nowhere for Card to go with the ball. But the notion that 3 rushers beat those 5 blockers and got to him, that is amazing.
And Card, who's had the ankle issue, was feeling better coming into this game. May not be feeling better any longer, and he was headed off the field, but he's the holder. He's got to come back.
Yeah, he's limping here. A 3-man rush whips 5-man protection. Shouldn't happen.
And Tony Bradford gets credit for the sack. So now Burt Auburn kick is up, and it is good. Well, the Longhorns moved the ball down on the field. Probably disappointed with the way the drive ended, but they do get 3. And now the big question is Hudson Card okay? First quarter, Longhorns with the 10-7 lead. playing their rivals, the Longhorns, but they have some, because Bryce Ramirez, just an amazing story. A gruesome injury last week in Raleigh when the Raiders were on the road playing NC State. Had 2 separate surgeries early in the week. After breaking his leg on the field, flew back to Lubbock. Joey McGuire and many others were there to welcome him back to town. He's here today watching his team. He wants to be a part of this team, even though he's got a long recovery ahead. And his Red Raiders will have the ball for a second time nearing the end of the first quarter, trailing 10-7 before they come back on the field. Let's go to Matt in studio.
All right, Fleming, got the IHG studio update for you. Needed 2 overtimes, Clemson and Wake Forest. In the second overtime, DJ Uiagalelei, 371 yards, 5 touchdowns. This one to Davis Allen. 2-point conversion, no good. 4th and 6, final chance. Sam Hartman, school record for touchdown passes on the day. Not to be. Dabo Swinney now 14-0 against Wake Forest.
Wow, what a game. Thank you, Matt. Oh, so close for those Demon Deacons against Clemson.
Yeah, it looked like they had it at one point and then let it get away.
Handoff on first down for the Red Raiders. So Roderick Thompson.
You know, there's still tortillas flying.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't slow down.
They'll throw them all game, right?
That's part of the tradition here.
Yeah, you love the rivalry games, man. The fans really get caught up into it. It's good stuff.
First sellout in 4 years in this stadium for this proud football program. Now the short pass across the middle. That's Price, who'll get ripped down from behind, but out to the 30. That's a first down.
Listen, give a lot of credit to the Texas Tech coaching staff for getting Smith comfortable, confident, and settled.
He looks great. That one a quick hitter out to Price again, trying to get around the corner, just couldn't quite do that. Wrestled out of bounds by Anthony Cook. So final minute here of quarter number 1 tonight. Wisconsin, Ohio State from Columbus. Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. Number 3 Buckeyes against the Badgers. First Big Ten game for both those teams here today. First Big 12 game for both Texas Tech and Texas. Second down and 7 here now in Lubbock. Smith, another completion after a juggle. That was Martinez, I thought.
And he held on to it after all. You know, Smith is running this system. First year for him in the system. It's sort of a modified air raid system. So he has a lot on his shoulders, you know, trying to figure out protection, trying to make sure he counts the box to see if they should be running. They give him 2 plays. Run play and a pass play to decide. So they tried to simplify things for him this week since he's thrown 5 picks in 2 games.
On first down, after that completion, the run stuffed by the Longhorns. Jalen Ford, who's playing some good football from his middle linebacker spot with the tackle, and that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. How big is this game? Well, Ric Flair's here, so it must be big, right? Wearing that jacket. The Red Raiders and the Longhorns, rivalry game of the Big 12 as we go to quarter number 2, 10-7. Texas has the lead.
So?
The new iPhone 14 Pro. It's amazing.
Yep.
Sellout crowd in Lubbock for the Longhorns and the Red Raiders. Started quarter number 2, 10-7. Texas has the lead, but Texas Tech has the ball. And their quarterback is off to a red-hot start. Donovan Smith, first quarter, Rod, 13 of 14.
Yeah, he's seeing things really well today.
Not a lot of real long downfield passes, but he's been effective. That's Thompson who gets the carry. Left side run and a big run. First down into Texas territory. Finally, Jaron Thompson pushed him out of bounds.
Thank you, Mason Tharp, the tight end, number 80. Great block, opened up the edge. And now Texas Tech gets back to the hurry-up.
All 6'9" of him, the tight end for Texas Tech. Smith kind of flipped that one. Dangerous play in the open field tackle. That's going to be a loss. Nice play, Jahdae Barron, who's played some good football of late for Texas.
Yeah, Texas mixed it up and brought some pressure. Texas Tech wasn't expecting it. They're trying to make sure that they start giving Smith some different looks because he is way too comfortable.
Agree with that. That also, that was borderline, that decision to flip that one out there. We've talked about his decision making the last couple weeks. A lot of good plays, trying to eliminate those big negative plays. Second down and 13. Plenty of time this time. Across the middle, and it's complete. One of the officials almost knocked the ball down himself, but Tharp made the catch close to a first down, about a yard short.
Well, you can't miss him in the middle of the field. He's 6'9", as you said.
Number 70, 10-yard penalty.
Oh, this one's coming back, though. Holding against left guard Weston Wright, who missed last week. Back healthy today. He committed the holding penalty.
Yeah, this is a big one. This takes them back into their own territory.
Huge penalty.
Right side, number 72 there. I'm sorry, left side 70, Weston Wright. Yeah, that's not even close.
He did hold him.
That's wrestling.
Well, that's like a 25-yard play, that penalty. So second down and a long way to go. Pressure comes. The screen pass set up. And another big hit. And again, that's Barron, who's just flying all over the field in this first half.
Yeah, Texas Tech is dealing with the pressure and not having been really prepared for it. Texas has found something. They found that, hey, that quarterback looks a little bit unsettled when we bring some pressure. Here you see right up the middle, they missed the block because they're running a screen. But Barron's completely covering it.
Jahdae Barron, who had a pick 6 last week. Now Texas jumps off sides, so the Red Raiders have a free play downfield and another flag. In fact, 2 of them. Well, the penalties are going to kill the Longhorns on this sequence. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, and the pass interference one was quite obvious.
Smart play by Donovan Smith, I think, to know that the Longhorns had jumped off sides. Why not go deep? Try to draw that flag.
Well, you know, the more we talk to coaches this season, the more we hear them say, we want to throw the deep ball because we might catch it or we might get a flag.
Offside defense number 33, that penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense number 13, 15-yard penalty and an automatic.
And I'm not blaming the officials for the increase in the pass interference call. We have more defensive backs who aren't playing the ball. They don't see the ball when they catch up. And this one was just, you know, listen, I got to tackle the guy so he doesn't get a touchdown. But you know what I mean? I think more players, more defensive backs are having trouble finding the ball than I've ever seen before. Maybe because, you know, they specialize too soon, don't play baseball or something, and learn how to track a ball.
Well, what a crazy sequence that was. The penalty against Texas Tech to negate the gain. It was going to be 3rd and short. Instead, it was 2nd and forever, and then 3rd and forever. And the double penalty against the Longhorns means 1st and 10, Red Raiders, handoff straight ahead, and that's the style of run for Taj Brooks. He likes to go north-south.
Yeah, 230-pound running back. And that's where you run against Texas. Their defense is so fast, running wide is a problem. They have a little bit more of an issue when you run right at them.
Second down, the quick tempo. Smith throws short right. It's incomplete. I say second down. That was 1st and 10. He did get spotted for the first down. So now it'll be 2nd and 10 trying to hit Brooks out of the backfield.
Texas is missing, as you mentioned earlier, DeMarvion Overshown, their really, really good inside linebacker. Targeting call from last week will keep him out the first half. So if you're going to run at this team, running inside is really the place to go.
Texas Tech, it's amazing. Their first drive of the game was 17 plays. This will be the 11th play of this drive. They were running a ton of plays from scrimmage in the first half. Smith across the middle into tight coverage, completed it, and then the receiver Brady Boyd just kind of slipped through. First down, Texas Tech.
Great anticipation by Smith because that's a zone coverage. He had to thread the needle in between 3 defenders. He knew where his receiver would be and got it there.
That was a good play. Brady Boyd, the receiver who played high school football with Quinn Ewers, the would-be starting quarterback for the Longhorns. Smith down the middle, incomplete. Into double coverage intended for Tharp. Maybe triple coverage.
Yeah. A 6'9" will win a lot of things, but maybe not triple coverage.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Well, there's Bryce Ramirez, who is watching. You know what they said to us about Bryce, despite everything that's happened to him in the last week? Always with a smile on his face. And what does he have right now?
Big smile.
Just a really great young man. We're going to talk. Tiffany's making her way up there. She's going to check in with Bryce Ramirez, see how he's doing after this drive when we come back from the next break. You won't want to miss that. Little play fake and then an open receiver left side. Touchdown. Taj Brooks, and Bryce Ramirez loves it.
It's the same concept Texas ran against Texas Tech. It is the back out of the backfield, and you catch the linebackers and safeties. Who has the second receiver to that side? You see confusion on the back end. Jaron Thompson, the safety, paused. That was enough to be a problem, and nobody else picked him up. You have to count these receivers outside in and say, I got number 2. Didn't happen.
Extra point up and good. So 2 drives, 2 long drives, and 2 touchdowns for the Red Raiders. Anything you can do, I can do better. I bet Bryce Ramirez is pretty happy about that. We'll ask him when we come back.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Blackman, hanging out here with Bryce Ramirez, who is liking what he is seeing from his Red Raiders. Bryce, we got a chance to share some of your story earlier, recovering from that compound fracture in your leg that you suffered in that game last week. But I got to ask you, all smiles, and you're cheering on your team. How have you maintained a positive spirit throughout all this?
I've just been thinking about the guys, really, not so much trying to think about myself and the situation I'm going through. Just trying to be the best teammate I could be at the end of the day, no matter what. That's always my mindset, and don't want to really neglect on the what's going on in my life or in a situation. But that's how I just try to approach life in general.
You told me this is your first outing since you got back in Lubbock. You hadn't been able to leave the hotel. What does it feel like to be here for not just any game, but for the game against Texas?
It's exciting. I'm really just happy to be in the stadium, in the Jones, just ready to just watch the guys play. It's good to be around football again, really.
And we saw your warm welcome back at the airport when you returned. You had to undergo 2 surgeries in Raleigh, North Carolina before you could come back here. What did it mean to you to have your coach and fans be there and teammates surrounding you at the airport?
It meant everything because it was really a surprise. I didn't know any of them were going to be there, so it was a big shock, and I was excited to see everyone, and I felt so loved and supported, seeing everyone and getting all the well wishes too while I was in Raleigh. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Your teammates told me that they want to win this one for you. What does it feel like to hear that?
It feels amazing, but at the end of the day, dude, I don't want them to win for me. I want them to just win, dude. I don't want them to be on their minds. That's why I didn't want to be down there today. I just wanted them to focus on the game and just come away with the victory.
They definitely feel your presence. You've been a big boost for them, Bryce.
That sounds good.
Thanks so much for your time, guys.
Well, you can see why they love him so much. Meanwhile, Bijan Robinson just tremendous. That could have been a big negative play. Instead, he turns it into a positive close to midfield. Got a block from his quarterback there. You can see why they love Bryce Ramirez so much around here. Joey McGuire told us when he ran out on the field, I mean, Bryce, the compound fracture, the bone was sticking out of his leg. It was one of the most gruesome injuries you could ever dream of.
Yeah.
And he already had a smile on his face and said, "What's next, coach?" Going deep, and that one is intercepted. Down the sideline, the Red Raiders come up with the turnover, and now the return. All the way close to midfield, Reggie Pearson with the interception.
Great play by Pearson. Recognized the deep route. He was playing on the hash. Card thought it was just man coverage on the outside, and he could hang the ball up there. But Pearson, in a great spot, sees it all the way. He saw this from the moment Card made it. There he is in the middle of the field. He's reading the eyes and going with it right from the start. He knows exactly where that ball's going to be. Tremendous play.
So the Red Raiders with a big play on defense, and Bryce Ramirez cheering from up above.
AFCA Good Works Team, recognizing athletes for their charitable work. Visit ESPN.com/Allstate to learn more.
Well, I know it's only the first half, but you can already feel it. The Longhorns have their hands full today. This is a new era of Texas Tech football. After the interception and the return on first down, Tech with the handoff to Sir Roderick Thompson straight ahead. Now the ball, Longhorns arguing, came out, but I don't think that's what the officials believe happened.
No, not going to work. You got to help me with something, though. Texas Tech and their fans say, this is our rival. Big deal. Texas goes, not so much, just a game. What gives?
Texas has a lot of rivals, and one across the Red River, I think, that matters most of all. But for Texas Tech, this UT program is, the big bad brother in the state, the flagship university of the state system.
You
all
don't
the
respect
history.
us, that sort of thing. But you know what you do if you're Texas Tech? You put your rivals and their fans and their bands up in the nosebleed seats, far, far away. That's your get back at them, right?
That's what they've done today. The problem for Texas Tech is these two drives have been really impressive, but now facing a 3rd and 6. And Texas has struggled over the last decade based on their historical standard, and the Red Raiders really haven't taken advantage. They have not played very well against the Longhorns of late. They gave up 70 to Texas last year.
False start.
Now, false start penalty is going to make it 3rd and even longer. That was the center, Dennis Wilburn.
Yeah, this changes your play calling. Listen, you got to give Texas credit. I think the last couple of weeks we've seen their mettle. The way they hung in there with Alabama, and then last week being down 10 points, they just didn't blink and came back and outscored UTSA 34-3 the rest of the way. This is a different challenge here on the road in this place with this team that can throw the ball.
Very much so. So now 3rd and 11. Play fake. Pressure was picked up. Smith on the move. Looking downfield. Donovan Smith's going to try to run. He just had nowhere to go. Deshaun Jameson sort of sealed off that corner there. Sorrell was chasing. It's 4th and long, and probably we're going to have our first Red Raiders punt.
Into the second quarter. First time they have to give up the ball. We have 32 plays run by Texas Tech, only 15 by Texas.
And I think that's one reason why that was such a big stop for the Longhorns defense there, because their defense has been on the field a lot.
And it's hot. It's warm down there.
It is really warm. Temperature around 90 degrees at kick time.
Texas was struggling seeing the ball in the sun in warm-ups.
They don't have to see that one. That was a borderline shank punt out of bounds. So the Longhorns are going to get better field position than they expected out of this. Let's check in with Matt in studio.
Dave Fleming, you know better than to use the word shank. You're a golfer. Hey, I know you guys were wondering about Middle Tennessee State. Well, lucky for you, I have it. DJ England Chisholm, 71 yards. They're beating Miami in Miami 17-3.
Matt, it's just what I was wondering. How is Middle Tennessee State doing? It was right at the front of my mind.
You know what I want to see?
What?
I want to see a shot of Mario Cristobal.
Would not be a happy head coach right now.
Yeah, he's going to light into his team.
Long way to go in that one. Still a long way to go in this one, but the Longhorns coming off that turnover. Hudson Card starting again. He's played every snap since Quinn Ewers went down against Alabama. Maybe still not 100%. We saw him limping earlier in this first half. Roschon Johnson gets the carry on first down and gets wrestled to the ground after a gain of 3. All right, well, we have a moment. How about our Aflac trivia question? Maybe?
Come on, Duck.
What do we think?
Give me the Duck.
Aflac.
Okay. He was a little late to his press conference. Who is the only Texas Tech head coach to defeat Texas in his first try? First crack at it for Joey McGuire. Johnson straight ahead. Man, is he a tough runner. If you say consensus Bijan Robinson's the best running back in the country, who's got a better backup than the Longhorns?
I can't think of anybody. I mean, this is a guy who went from being a highly rated quarterback, recruited to Texas to be a quarterback, moved to running back, and you know what? He's going to be an NFL running back now.
They call him the heartbeat of our team, the conscience of our team, the inspirational leader of our team. Roschon Johnson off the field now. Bijan Robinson back out there. And they'll give it to Robinson, right side running, and he spins away. Bijan Robinson.
You kidding me?
To midfield. That's about as spectacular of an 8-yard run as you'll ever see.
Everything designed to go to the right. It's clogged up, takes a hit, and still manages to get. Look, this is just a stretch play. It gets really solved defensively very well. How about just making a guy miss?
And now this one. Nobody was missing on that play, just totally blown up. Robinson in the backfield. That's a loss. Let's go down to Tiffany.
Between both of Texas' backs, Bijan and Roschon, it's just so hard to bring both of them down. I talked to Roschon. He has 111 rushing yards after contact this season. The yak for Bijan is 250. They both have great contact balance, that ability to stay up after getting hit. Roschon called it one of Bijan's greatest strengths. He said it just does stuff normal people can't do.
Very well said by Roschon Johnson, who's in the game on 3rd down and long. Card in the pocket, throws middle, and he's got his man complete for a 1st down and more. A good catch and run from Jordan Whittington. 1st down, Longhorns.
Got him in the slot, and that's a little bit of a mismatch coming from our right to left. You see him wide open there. Listen, when you play defense, you're always looking for clues, and the offense will give you clues by formation, where they line up, where they do things. You've got the back here to the left, a little bit towards the outside. This usually means that he's not running the ball. He's usually doing something else. Maybe they've changed things a bit here. We'll see.
Well, they play faked it to him.
Yeah.
Now a heave downfield. He's got Worthy all alone. Touchdown, Texas. They lost Xavier Worthy, and that's at long last his 1st touchdown catch of the year.
First touchdown catch by a Texas receiver this year. Listen, when you get a formation like this and you go, oh, wow, okay, they're doing something different, you have to find your big threats. No one put eyes on Worthy. He is the most dangerous receiver out there. Great play design by Texas. Way to lull them to sleep, but Texas Tech has got to know if there's one guy you got to have your eyes on, it's number 8.
Extra point is up and good. 6 plays, 69 yards. And the Longhorns regain the lead here in Lubbock with 6:07 to go until halftime.
Worthy. Speed kills, so does deception in the end zone now, and all of a sudden, yeah, bring on the hate.
Stealth mode?
Yeah. Came close once, reasonably close, but he's still sitting at 60. So tomorrow night, a chance for history. Sunday Night Baseball, Red Sox, Yankees from New York, trying to tie Roger Maris, and who knows, maybe go ahead of him on the same night. Coverage begins 6 Eastern with Baseball Tonight, Sunday Night Countdown on ESPN, 7 p.m. Eastern. First pitch time with the K-Rod cast on ESPN2. Longhorns touchdown. Red Raiders are going to bring this one back from the goal line. And the left side return will get out to the 25-yard line from White.
Let's go back to that touchdown pass. The number one thing in the scouting report against Texas offensively, hey, passing game, always know where number 8 is. Now, you have an exchange of responsibilities, a simple 3-deep coverage. The motion makes the strong safety take the middle. When you're in a 3-deep, deep is the deepest, wide is the widest. Where is number 8? Neither the corner nor the safety recognize number 8 coming across the field. They've had two blown coverages on the back end for Texas Tech. Each time it's cost them a touchdown.
That was a nice response by the Longhorns after Hudson Card threw the interception. The defense came up with a stop. They got the ball back and then went down the field and punched it in. So Texas back ahead. And on 1st down, Texas Tech on the ground. Brooks for a short gain.
What do you think the value will be for Aaron Judge's 62nd home run ball?
Be very high.
7 figures, obviously.
There's a young Yankees fan who caught number 60 and didn't demand a huge monetary value, didn't keep it to put it up for auction. He gave it back to Aaron Judge.
Awesome.
Got a picture and a signed bat. That was a pretty nice gesture. A little option play and the pitch back. That was well defended by Texas, and Smith did manage to get the ball to Thompson for a gain of maybe 4. It'll be 3rd and 5.
And that was a nice pitch with his offhand, his left hand. Normally when he does any kind of a pitch like that, they run him to the right side.
And that's Thompson on the sideline, down after taking that hit. So Brooks is in the game. Approaching 5 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Receiver in motion. That was Martinez. Smith in the pocket. Pressure picked up. At least initially the throw behind the intended receiver. Tipped up. Jahdae Barron is just everywhere in the first half.
He really has been. He's been making tackles at the line of scrimmage. He's been in the backfield. He's showing you his coverage skills. And listen, I think Texas is starting to realize the pressure is affecting Smith. I don't think they wanted to blitz that much, but I think they're finding that they're not getting there with 4, but the pressure is affecting Smith a bit.
So Roderick Thompson did get up. He was hurt on the sideline for Texas Tech. So now another punt coming. Xavier Worthy. This one a little better effort from Austin McNamara, and it's scooped up on a bounce by Worthy, which that's kind of a dangerous play, but that turned into a good play. That saved some real field position for the Longhorns. Texas's offense back on the field when we come back to Lubbock after this.
If you know, you know.
Crispy corners, sauce on top.
If you know, you know.
Detroit style is back at Pizza Hut. Just
double overtime to continue their winning streak against Wake Forest. We'll show you that. Plus, Baylor flexes its muscle on the road in the Big 12. And Tennessee right now in trouble at home against Florida. Gator Jesse Palmer, Buckeye Ohio State Joey Galloway join me coming up on the Alexis Halftime Report.
All right, Matt, we'll look forward to that. Plus, we got to get another Middle Tennessee update. 1st and 10 Longhorns from the shotgun. Card delivers left side. That pass complete. And that's Ajay Hall, the Alabama transfer, the sophomore, with his first catch of the day.
Like Hudson Card has settled in after that pick he threw, which, as we talked about, was a really bad throw. He just didn't recognize the safety being back there, but he's settled in since then.
You got both Robinsons in the backfield. I mean, I think overall, other than that throw, Hudson Card is playing well. Handoff straight ahead and good enough for a Texas first down. So 1st and 10 Longhorns. We asked our Aflac trivia question. How about the answer? The first Texas Tech coach, there's only been one to win in their first try against the Longhorns. And the answer, you got a guess, Rod?
I'm going to guess Mike Leach. I know it's wrong.
Oh, David McWilliams. Of all the famous head coaches in the history of this program, no offense to David, but not the biggest name on that list of former head coaches here in Lubbock. Bijan Robinson with the carry for the short gain.
Now remember, Bijan Robinson has been great out of the backfield too. So if you're Texas Tech and you're thinking defensively, hey, what do we need to be concerned about? Get the clues from the formation. Where is Bijan Robinson? If he lines up over the tackle, he's usually sneaking out of the backfield. If he lines up, see, he's a little bit wider here. This usually means he's getting outside. There he goes.
2nd down and 9. Card steps up. Card, who does have the ability to scramble around the corner, shoved hard out of bounds. That was a legal play, but man, he went flying.
You know, formations will tell you a little bit to help you out defensively. You know Robinson is on the edge. You know it's a pass play then. And you know your pressure's coming. You act accordingly. Good job by Card, recognizing he had nowhere to go with the ball on now a 3rd and short. This has got to be some more Bijan time, right?
Xavier Worthy is limping again. So Xavier Worthy is going to sit out this 3rd and 1 play.
Wildcat.
Yeah, you got both Robinsons in the backfield, and they're going to keep it with Roschon, who spins away and got close. Wow, Texas Tech had a chance to stop him in the backfield for a loss of several yards, and great effort by Roschon Johnson. I don't think he got there, but he got close.
Yeah, and he did great just to get it close. They're going to go for it. Times have changed, man. Coaches love going for it on 4th down.
This is 4th and really short. Maybe a foot.
There's one thing you have to remember. When you lose the ball in your own territory and a turnover or downs, that's a turnover.
They direct snap it. High snap. Johnson will, I think, get there. He got shoved backwards, but they did, I believe, get the first down. Roschon Johnson, who part one of that conversion was just taking that snap.
Barely. You know, I'm fascinated by the fourth down decisions because, you know, coaches always talk about, hey, most important thing, not turning over the football. But if you turn over one in your own territory like that, that's a turnover.
Here's the counter argument. We're big, we're strong, we got this offensive line that's growing, we got the best running backs in the country, we need a foot.
Yeah, get it on third down then. No, I'm with you. I hear you. I like that they go for it on fourth down. I'm just saying it's a risky deal.
Card going deep, right side. Worthy back in the game. Worthy can't catch it. I don't know if it got tipped away at the last minute by Dunlap or what. Incomplete.
He's got to come down with that one. He's limping there, you see. But he saw that ball at the last minute and got his hands on it. It was thrown to the outside. A little double move there. That ball's to the outside. I think he was expecting it more inside. You see that? He didn't get his arms out for it enough.
So once again, the helmet off for Xavier Worthy.
Limping, he's still faster than people.
No kidding. Play fake, Card across the middle, almost intercepted. And here comes a penalty flag. There was a hold, Ajay Hall with the intended receiver. Pearson was in the neighborhood. Already has an interception today. The Wisconsin transfer, Reggie Pearson.
Defense, number 0. Out back, first down.
So not a hold, pass interference on Rayshad Williams.
I thought it was more of a hold than a pass interference.
That's what I thought. But
yeah, he's to the right side, and Williams holds him up and doesn't let him get to his spot.
So that's a first down for the Longhorns. Bijan Robinson in the backfield. Bijan Robinson has 5 carries in the first half. They throw it out left side and a cut up field. Good open field tackle on the tight end Jatavian Sanders, because that had a chance to be a very big gain. It was still a nice gain.
6'4", 242-pound sophomore.
Timeout. Texas Tech, their second of the half, 30 seconds in lane.
Texas Tech's going to use a timeout on defense. Final minute here of this second quarter. Longhorns with the 3-point lead and the ball. So while we have a moment, it's time to check out this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Verbo. Georgia, for a while, Kent State actually hung around that game, which is almost hard to believe.
Hard to be mentally focused each and every week. They let up a little bit today, but got the win.
Michigan tested for the first time. It hadn't even been close. Just
hadn't played anybody. Come on.
Correct. Clemson and Wake Forest. Good win for Clemson on the road. How about USC tonight having to go to Corvallis?
Yeah, that's going to be a real good game. You figure Corvallis has been pretty stoked for this for a while, right?
How is Miami still ranked, by the way? Washington State not ranked. Oregon State undefeated, not ranked.
You pay too much attention to it right now. It means nothing.
Well, but the people who are voting should be paying attention.
Yeah,
still bugs me.
Wait till October.
I feel like I can still be ticked off by it.
Okay.
Card in the pocket, throws, and he's got his receiver Whittington wide open. A broken tackle into Texas Tech territory, down close to the 30.
Plenty of time.
It'll be another first down.
49 seconds. Got out of bounds.
They have all their timeouts.
Yeah, plenty of time now.
Not out of bounds, but still, you're right. They have plenty of time. So the clock will wind. Hudson Card, all alone in the backfield, throws it away, incomplete.
If you're thinking about, do you have a field goal in your back pocket? Well, they were quite impressive during pre-games, booting 50-yarders in the other direction, but certainly doing a nice job with it. Bert Auburn has enough leg. I'd say right here you're looking at about a 49, 50-yarder, and they should be pretty confident with that.
Steve Sarkisian would love to get in the end zone first and foremost. If not, get a little closer for a field goal try. It's been a good first half. Card again with time. Now dumps it short, wide open. And that's Johnson down the left sideline inside the 10. Finally knocked out of bounds.
These two backs, man, they can run with it. They can catch it. And they're physical. They get yards after contact.
Wow. What a play by Roschon Johnson. Just block somebody to the ground, pancake him, then go out, catch the ball, and run for a gain of 24.
He's another do everything back.
That was the play right there. If you want to encapsulate all that he does for Texas, that was the play. That was incredible.
Can you imagine what he would do if he wasn't playing behind Bijan Robinson?
Tyree Wilson, who's maybe the most talented defensive player for the Red Raiders. We haven't said his name much here in the first half. He does hop off the field, so that's a good sign. Coming off a monster game against NC State. He had 3.5 tackles for loss in that game alone.
A lot of talk about him as a pass rushing specialist, a guy who could go first or second round in the draft.
All right, so now you got 1st and goal, 3 timeouts, 29 seconds. Basically, you can do whatever you want.
Whatever you want, plenty of time. And it's important for Hudson Card to remember he's got time and another play. He doesn't have to force a throw down here right now. If it's not there, throw the ball away.
So Bijan Robinson alongside Hudson Card. 1st and goal, Longhorns. Robinson gets the ball, dances up the middle. Robinson, touchdown. So good.
Great blocking on the right side. Christian Jones, number 70. Cole Hudson, 54. Opened a huge hole inside. Just watch the hole as you get a double team and a good little foot maneuver. Dan step there by a good running back, Johnson, but it's really up front where that right side got a great job and opened up that hole. I'm sorry, Bijan Robinson. You know, they look so similar.
They do, and they both, Roschon Johnson and Bijan Robinson, those were the stars of that drive, both of them. Back-to-back spectacular plays by the talented running back duo for the Longhorns.
They're both about 6 feet tall, 222 pounds. Both speedy, both can do a number of things.
All right, so what a way to end the first half for the Longhorns. This season, All-State will celebrate every field goal and extra point made by participating universities by making a donation to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. You know, it also helps when you have your timeouts at the end of the half. Just frees you up to call whatever play you want to call. You want to give the ball to your best player on the ground, you can do it.
Yeah, didn't have to worry about anything there.
Go give some hugs out to the offensive lineman who created that huge hole.
Yeah, you know, that's a young offensive line too. A couple of freshmen up there.
Not even that many touches for those two guys.
No, they came out throwing the ball. A lot of spread, trying to loosen up the line of scrimmage. I think we'll see them touch it more in the second half.
24 seconds on the clock. Will Stone will kick it fairly short. We'll see if the Red Raiders can come up with anything on a return. Maybe have a chance for some points. Pretty good coverage for Texas. Well, Saturday Night Football tonight. C.J. Stroud and number 3 Ohio State hosting Wisconsin. Big Ten opener for both those teams. I'm struggling to find a scenario where the Badgers can keep up with that offense. Maybe Jim Leonard's defense can keep Wisconsin in the game.
You got to have some turnovers. Got to get something out of the special teams. Something like that to keep you in the game. And also kind of rope-a-dope it. Drop 8. Make them use the field, but don't give up the big plays.
Still don't know who the best team in the Big Ten West is. Maybe it's Minnesota. Donovan Smith will try to throw the ball, and I think smartly just throws it away. So final seconds here of the half. You want to throw it downfield, maybe come up with a big play, get a penalty, something like that. Don't make a big mistake.
Yeah, right now it's probably listen, hand it off. We get nothing out of it. Let's go to the locker room, because your quarterback has actually played well in a game you were concerned about it. You were concerned that, hey, he had 5 picks coming into the game. You wanted to get some confidence. He's got the confidence now.
The offense hasn't really been the issue. The defense, Texas has 272 total yards. That's Taj Brooks. Right side run, shoved out of bounds. Texas Tech will have the ball to start the second half. So that's something for the Red Raiders, who are going to have some discussions about what's going on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, we've talked about it. They've blown 2 coverages in the first half, and both times they blew it, they gave up touchdown passes. They have to clean that up, if they're going to have any shot of hanging in here in the second half.
6 seconds on the clock, probably the final play, and it is third down. Handoff, and it'll go for a first down, but the clock goes to 0, so that's the way the first half comes to an end. I give Texas credit. They were down 14-10. Back-to-back touchdowns. Their defense played a lot better as the half went along, and the Longhorns have the 10-point lead. Matt, Joey, and Jesse in studio for our Lexus halftime report.
We are doing the Lexus halftime report. We do
24-14 lead over the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And if you weren't hungry for pizza enough yet, how about our game track brought to you by Papa John's? Really impressive offensive numbers for the Longhorns in the first half. 272 total yards, balance, rushing, passing. Even though they didn't convert a lot of third downs, they piled up the yards and put 24 points on the board. Dave Fleming, Rod Gilmore, Tiffany Blackman back with you here from Lubbock. I mean, all around, Quinn Ewers, Hudson Card, and the Texas offense, very effective.
Yeah, we talked about this young team having shown us the last couple of weeks their mettle. And they came out, and Texas Tech jumped out, and they were hot and heavy. And then they settled in, and we saw big plays from the Texas offense, blown coverages by the Texas Tech defense, and that was a problem. Here's one of them. I mean, right off the bat, Robinson sneaks out of the backfield. No Texas Tech Raider in sight at all. Hudson Card comes back once again a little bit later and finds Worthy. Again, all alone. No Texas Tech Raider anywhere in sight. So Texas Tech has got to clean up some things on the back end if they want to get back in this game.
The kickoff to start the second half goes out of bounds. That's probably not the way that the Longhorns drew it up, so that'll give the Red Raiders some good field position to start this third quarter. Let's go down to Tiffany.
Hey guys, I spoke with Texas coach Steve Sarkisian about the way that quarterback Hudson Card has been battling through that ankle injury and overcoming the interception to help lead this team to 2 touchdowns before the half. He said he's a gutsy kid. He is proud of the way he is playing. And that's for the other quarterback, Donovan Smith for Texas Tech. Well, Coach Joey McGuire told me, yeah, he looks comfortable out there. What's working for him is that they're spreading it out. It gives him a clearer picture. He said he's continuing to learn and grow as a quarterback and that they need a big second half from him, guys.
I think they do, and maybe starting right with this first possession of the second half. So Taj Brooks in the backfield, and he'll empty the backfield. Smith gets pressured and throws it away, incomplete. One thing for Texas, they played without one of their stars in the first half, DeMarvion Overshone, and now the targeting penalty is lifted. He's back on the field.
Well, in my opinion, he should have been playing in the first half. It was a very, very close call on that targeting penalty. They appealed. The appeal was not changed, and so he had to sit the first half.
2nd and 10. Play fake. Smith gets crunched as he throws it, and the ball is knocked away, incomplete. Anthony Cook, a nice play on the ball. It'll be third down.
Yeah, Texas has done a better job since the opening quarter of getting pressure on Smith. That front four has dialed it up a little bit more. Here it is once again. They're starting to knock him around a bit.
Well, he was, 13 for his first 14, something like that.
Yeah.
He's 4 for 10 since then. Well, Texas, everybody's pointing at one another.
Well, it was on the bottom of the screen. Ryan Watts thought he saw the receiver move and then just tagged him.
Defense, number 6 with contact. 5-yard penalty.
he tagged him like, you're it. Tag, you're it.
That one I don't get.
Yeah, watch this. Watch him. It's like, oh, hey, wait a minute. I thought you moved. Tag, you're it. I mean, that's not even the way you're going to try and disrupt his route. He just tagged him. I love that.
So instead of 3rd and 10, it's 3rd and 5. That might change things for Texas Tech. Longhorns showing a little pressure here on 3rd down. Just a 4-man rush. That throw sails high, incomplete. He had Miles Price out there, and I don't know what happened on that one.
I think that front four is starting to affect Smith a little bit. Yeah, he's been knocked around a little bit by them, and was on the previous play.
They're going for it, by the way.
Oh, boy. Now, this is really rolling the dice. I like excitement, but not a fan of this call.
Well, they are out at the 40. First few moments of this second half, and already a big moment in the game.
You don't get this. It's like a fumble or a pick.
Pressure picked up. Smith across the middle into traffic, and that pass is incomplete. So Texas gets the stop, and they take over on downs.
Now, I'm all in favor of going for it more on fourth down. But here's the thing, though. When you open up like this and you say we can't turn the ball over, this is a turnover. This is fourth down in your own territory. And you don't get this. You don't get it now. You've set Texas up with a short field and a chance to go a 3-score lead. This is, to me, this is on the coach. It's not on the players.
Joey McGuire has twice gone for it. First time really worked out. This time Texas takes over just a few seconds into this third quarter.
It's not like your defense has been playing lights out and you got to have confidence in them with a short field. Texas has run them, so I'm not sure you want to give Texas a short field like this.
Well, maybe part of why he did make the decision is exactly what you're saying. Short field, long field. Maybe he's thinking he can't have many more empty possessions in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he probably felt like, you know, I can't give the ball up. I got to get points on the board. My defense hasn't stopped them yet. But, man, giving Texas a short field here.
2nd and 9 for Hudson Card. Bijan Robinson's going to motion back into the backfield. They'll throw it quick out to the right side, and then the turn upfield, the open field tackle, Gunnar Helm, the tight end. It'll be 3rd down.
4-down territory for Texas, right?
I would think so.
Yeah. Yeah, Hudson Card has always wanted to be the quarterback at Texas from the time he was a kid.
Grew up in Austin, Lake Travis High School. It is already a crowded quarterback room. It's going to get even more crowded. This is Hudson Card's chance, and he's playing well.
He's living the dream right now.
Handoff, and the spin by Bijan Robinson. Even with that move to cut it upfield, he got stopped short, so it will be 4th down, and we'll test your theory. I would think the Longhorns are going to go for it.
You have options. You can go back to Bijan. You can have Rashawn Johnson. He's also a big enough back in a short yardage situation, and he's on the field. We've seen the Wildcat, and here it comes again.
The Wildcat, to me, has not been very effective so far, but they are going to do it.
Yeah, too much, you know, dancing, waiting around. Just turn around and give it to the guy, or take it yourself.
Well, Rashawn Johnson's going to take the snap. Robinson next to him, and he will keep it and get tackled near, but not there. So how about the Texas Tech defense?
Yeah, I don't like the fake there. I mean, who are you fooling? I mean, just get it and go. You're 222 pounds. Your line's been playing well. Just get it and go pick up the first down.
That was a big stop for Texas Tech's defense.
That was huge. This is called saving your coach. You had a turnover with the 4 downs. The defense steps up. No harm done for Texas Tech.
A once-in-a-generation leap for the iPhone camera.
Texas Tech's offensive line with pocket protection, brought to you by Nationwide. Early, it was pretty good.
Yeah, they started off well. They spread out Texas, and Smith was comfortable getting the ball out. And then Texas started to dial up the pressure after that touchdown throw there.
So they get the ball back, and the quick completion out to Miles Price. Texas Tech's offense has really slowed down since that quick start, and the passing game has not been nearly as efficient. Those first 2 drives, they were throwing it all over the yard, and Donovan Smith couldn't miss. Since then, whole different story.
Yeah, you know, spreading out Texas, the defense allows Smith to see things a little bit better, fewer things to worry about. That's the box.
And the ball off straight ahead. That's Thompson.
And he looks into that box, and when he sees that he's got more blockers than they have defenders, they want to run the ball.
Well, they got stopped short. Now Smith faked it, kept it, and that was a really nice run by Donovan Smith for a Texas Tech first down.
Didn't we expect him to run the ball more in this game? Earlier we thought we'd see him more quarterback run plays.
Yeah, we haven't seen it much. When they've given him a chance to do it, he's been effective. Shoulder fake. Now the throw is knocked away. Trying to hit the big tight end, Mason Tharp.
Yeah, you know, that was supposed to be a jump ball to Tharp at 6'9", getting him against Ryan Watts. Now, Watts is not the one that you want him matched up against. He's 6'3" and can jump. So this isn't really a good jump ball there, and it's thrown too low. It's got to be up high and to the outside.
Yes, the jump ball concept doesn't work all that well if you throw it at that height. It was almost like an over jump. So right near midfield, just shy of it for 2nd and 10. Handoff straight ahead and a missed tackle. Thompson bounces it right side. So Roderick Thompson has got all those moves. Always had. He's played so much football for this Texas Tech team since back in 2019, where he was a primary ball carrier.
Yeah, he is a patient runner. He's difficult to tackle. He's also 220 pounds.
Now the throw, and intended for the tight end again. Knocked down, incomplete on 3rd down. And that's Overshone, who's already making his presence felt. Matched up with the big Mason Tharp. 4th down, 4 to go on Texas's side of the field. No question in this instance.
No, he's all in. I have no problem with it once you cross the 50.
They've gone for it 3 times. They've been successful twice. 4th and 4. Thompson in the backfield alongside Smith. Shotgun snap, 3-man rush. Smith trying to do some traffic cop work, and he points his way to a little pocket in the defense. That's a 1st down.
Great patience, and Texas went to a 3-man rush and dropped 8 into coverage, and Smith ate it up.
So they went for it on 4th down. They got it to Boyd. Now quick tempo, and the throw out to the left side. The immediate tackle, Nehemiah Martinez. That was a good effort by Deshaun Jameson.
And one thing that's become clear is that when Texas brings pressure, there's a little bit of a problem for Smith. But that 3-man rush, he's going to eat that all afternoon.
Officials are allowing the Longhorns to make their defensive substitutions. It takes a moment for Keandre Coburn to get to the sidelines. That is one massive dude. Play fake. Smith across the middle, and a nice grab. Tharp knew the hit was coming. It did come, and he hung on to the football.
Yeah, a little play action got him right behind the linebackers.
And that's not 80, that's 88. Baylor Cupp with the catch. So a 1st down run, and Thompson straight ahead. So Baylor Cupp, the Texas A&M transfer, with a nice play.
They've been controlling the ball on this drive. Now you're just about into the high red zone area. Field is going to start to shrink. You might think about taking a shot into the end zone early on here. You got Price in the slot. Good matchup.
Brooks empties the backfield on 2nd and 7. They found Brooks out left earlier for a touchdown. This time they go shorter left, and that's another catch for Baylor Cupp and another Texas Tech 1st down.
Do you think the tempo is starting to wear on that defensive line a little bit? We talked about Coburn trying to get off the field.
I do think it's an issue for, Texas is so big up front. You figure those big guys would be more affected by the heat and the quick tempo than anybody else.
Coburn is 344. Sweat weighs 346. Some big guys.
This will be the 55th play from scrimmage for the Red Raiders offense in the game. Texas has run 37 plays. 1st down. Smith in the pocket. Now moving left, and Smith is going to go forward, shoved out of bounds. Got something positive, not much. T'Vondre Sweat pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a good play by Sweat. We just mentioned that he's a big guy at 6'4", 346, and he showed you that he can chase down a quarterback.
346.
346.
Keandre Coburn is listed at 344. I asked him, all right, are you really 344? He goes, no, I'm way lighter than that. Like maybe 340.
That's all big, man.
They got more big dudes in the middle. So 2nd and goal.
Price in the slot. He's the receiver closest to the quarterback.
Smith looking left, is knocked down, and that's Sweat again, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, that's just inexperience. You know, the place to go with that ball was to the right side. He came back to the single receiver side where it was doubled. It's the short side of the field. He had more options to the wide side of the field. But you see right here, watch Sweat get his hands up. I'm not getting there, hands up.
So now 3rd and goal. Texas Tech looks to the sideline. Time on the play clock to make the adjustment. They'll get the play snapped. Looking middle. Now Smith flushed out to the right. Smith is going to throw. It is incomplete. Trying to hit Miles Price, who I think had a chance to come up with it. It'll be 4th down.
This is the right call here to kick the field goal. Get your team back within 1 possession. Give Texas credit. They stayed deep in their zones. They did not come rushing up to try to deal with Smith. They knew that protecting the end zone. Look at that. 3 white jerseys staying back in the end zone and not coming up when the quarterback scrambled.
That was a pretty good throw. I think number 1, Miles Price, who's got the big personality. He is really unhappy he didn't come up with that catch. So instead of what could have been a touchdown, the field goal try is up and good. Well, the Red Raiders do convert that drive into points. 14 plays, 59 yards, 4.5 minutes, and they get 3. The Longhorns up by a touchdown. In Texas's storied program, it's a long list of all-time greats. Earl Campbell, one of the great football players in history, regardless of position. Ricky Williams, couple Heisman winners, plus you got all the talent that is currently on this Texas roster at that position. Those are 2 pretty good ones also.
Yeah, and I think that if you get a big second half from Bijan Robinson, he can get into that Heisman race. Texas wins a lot of games, and he gets somewhere in the area of 2,000 yards rushing. He'd be a legitimate contender.
It's been a long time since a running back has been there. Kickoff is through the end zone, so that's a touchback.
How about Steve Sarkisian saying that as a kid he had Earl Campbell's poster on his wall.
Yeah, he's a big Earl Campbell fan. By the way, our Taco Bell Live Más student sections across the country competing to be the Live Más student section of the year all season long. 6th sellout against the Longhorns in this stadium's history. First sellout here in 4 years.
Yeah, they've been baking in this sun for a long time. They gotta get back into it and start throwing those tortillas again.
The tortillas are fried now. They've been sitting on that hot turf.
I think you're right.
That guy's got a smile on his face. That's not the job that I would choose. The tortilla cleanup crew. Play fake on 1st down for Texas. Card pressured, and he throws, kind of flings it away. The ball's on the turf. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. Taylor Hutchings was in the backfield. Card is now limping around, and they're going to discuss whether he was down or whether it was grounding or what.
Legal number 9 was in the area.
So number 9 was in the area.
Yeah.
So that's no intentional grounding.
And as long as he's near there, it doesn't matter if it's a catchable ball or not. But listen, give Texas Tech credit. This formation, this pistol, this is play action and deep throw. That's what the scouting report says, and Texas Tech was prepared for it and got pressure on them inside.
Card did a nice job avoiding the big loss. The definition of the area is pretty loose on that kind of play. Handoff, Bijan Robinson, left side upended, gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down.
We were talking with Texas Tech's staff yesterday. Tim DeRuiter, D coordinator. I was peppering him with questions about formations. I said, pistol with this team, you're going to get deep throw and you're going to get run to the outside. He said, yep, alerting his guys to it. And Texas Tech is now starting to focus on formations to get the clues that the offense is giving you.
3rd down and 9. Robinson in the backfield alongside Hudson Card. Texas Tech showing a little pressure, and they will bring some pressure. Card steps up, dumps it across the middle for a completion and a Texas first down. Beautiful pass there.
How good is that? Climbing the pocket, little duress around you. Keep your head up, eyes downfield, and wait for your guy to come clean inside. Casey Kane.
That was a big conversion. Now Robinson the carry for a short gain left side. Texas had only had the ball for 4 plays actually from scrimmage in the third quarter. So just to give their defense a minute extra on the sideline, that was a big third down.
Yeah, that was a really, really good play. I mean, I can't stress how good that was to see him climb the pocket, keep his poise, and make a good, accurate throw.
A second down and long. Hudson Card looking to throw. Pressure comes immediately. Backpedaling. Flags thrown all over the place. He throws it away.
Should be a hold.
Maybe a couple holds.
Remember, this is a young offensive line.
Overall, they've played really well considering how young they are.
Holding. Offense number 70, 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
And there was a decision to make for Joey McGuire. There would have been 3rd and 9. You take the penalty at 2nd and long. They call Christian Jones for the holding.
There he is on the right side there, and he's the veteran of the group and gets beat inside and then tries to tackle this guy. Got to work inside out. Don't give that defensive pressure a straight line to your quarterback.
A second down and 19. Card this time more time, throws short middle. That's caught. And the tackle right around the 40. So they took the penalty, and then Texas got the penalty yardage back. We're back where we started.
Yeah, another 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10.
Tight end Sanders with another catch.
Now, the one thing that's been a problem for Texas Tech consistently tonight is covering the number 2 receiver to the short field. Now, Bijan Robinson has gone out. He's the number 1 receiver to that side.
Now he's coming back in the backfield. On 3rd and 10. Pressure again. Card steps up. Card's going to try to run for it. Hudson Card, even with the ankle, not feeling great. First down and more across midfield.
Wow. This has been his series. Big 3rd down throw, big 3rd down run. He recognized the pressure right up and steps up inside. The one place you're not supposed to let him go when you're bringing pressure like that. He finds it, and he's keeping this drive alive.
That's 2 really impressive 3rd down conversions for the Longhorns into Texas Tech territory. Keelan Robinson out as a wideout. Now he comes back through the backfield. The handoff is to Roshan Johnson. He loses a yard or 2 or 3. Depending on where they put the ball down. Marquise Waters with the tackle.
Yeah, and Waters was at the line of scrimmage. He is that star, that hybrid guy, that half linebacker, half defensive back.
I said, so what do you ask your star to do? Jim DeRuyter said, well, cover in man coverage, blitz, be a safety. You have to be a linebacker, and sometimes you're the dime also.
And there he is, hanging around the line of scrimmage again.
2nd and long. Handoff, right side run, and out into the open along the sideline. That's Bijan Robinson, who stayed in bounds. Did he? Touchdown.
How good is that? Wow. Wow.
40 yards and tremendous balance to stay in.
Again, short side of the field. They do a great job with the counter, getting 2 linemen out in front, and he just outran the angle. Outran the angle that the defensive back had on that side.
Reggie Pearson was there. Most running backs, I think Reggie Pearson probably shoves out of bounds. Not Bijan Robinson.
22 miles per hour in speed tracked on GPS he is generally.
He's what, 220, 225?
Yeah.
That's hard to stop. So the two big third down conversions and then give it to number 5.
Yeah, find your blocks and then run past the angle and show your balance.
Wisconsin, Ohio State, tonight on ABC.
4:27 to go, and a really impressive drive for the Longhorns. 31-17 the score. By the way, tonight, Saturday night football matchup. It's number 3 Ohio State with C.J. Stroud playing at such a high level against the Badgers of Wisconsin. Big Ten opener for both those teams. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ABC. It'll stream live on the app.
Black uniforms for Ohio State tonight.
So the kickoff deep here, and the Red Raiders will take the touchback. Texas's defense comes back on the field. We'll see if Alfred Collins, the big defensive lineman, comes out there. He will. Alfred, who's got great family connection to the Texas athletic department. Benita Pollard Collins is Alfred's mom. And Benita, who was a great basketball player at UT. Very proud of her son, the athletic legacy in Austin for Benita, who's been a teacher for 18 years. She teaches at Cedar Creek High School. She hit a game-winning basket, Alfred's mom did, to beat Texas Tech in the conference championship game back in 1994.
Wow.
She loves Alfred playing the Red Raiders. First down, Texas Tech, going backwards, and Smith bounced it. He had a receiver open out there, Bradley, but it's incomplete. Benita is a teacher, and it is our Extra Yard for Teachers Week, annual back-to-school effort led by the College Football Playoff Foundation that brings college sports together to recognize and show appreciation to great teachers across the country. To support Extra Yard for Teachers recognition and resources initiatives, follow at CFP Extra Yard or scan the QR code, which is gone now, for more. Across the middle, and the pass is caught by the big tight end across the 40 and to midfield to the 50. Well, coming alive, Baylor Cup. So you got Mason Tharp, 2 real big targets for Texas Tech at that tight end position.
Yeah, watch the really good hands here. Snatches this out of the air as it had a lot of mustard on it.
Texas Tech needed that one.
They need a score. They need this drive to result, not a field goal. They need a touchdown to get back in.
Thompson, play fake to him. Another one across the middle. This one is complete. And that's Jerron Bradley, the redshirt freshman, who's becoming a bigger part of this Red Raiders offense. Very little experience before this year. He's starting to emerge. Quick tempo. He'll get another catch here, and he turns it quickly upfield inside the 30. Bradley down close to the 25-yard line. That'll be another first down.
The tempo is keeping Texas from changing its defense. They've been stuck with what they've played the last couple of series. A little soft zone, rushing just 3 or 4.
So they'll stay with the quick tempo here. Smith with all kinds of time. That one's caught and then fumbled inside the 5, and they're going to say incomplete. Well, Bradley had it and then dropped it. That would have been first and goal.
It got knocked out. You know, really good play by someone coming over for Texas and swiping at it, getting it out.
That was a good play, and it was close to a catch.
Yeah, that was a really nice job by Crawford, number 21, slapping down to get that ball out.
Keaton Crawford, good play there. 2 running backs in the backfield now on 2nd and 10, and one of those is Martinez, the wideout. They throw, and the big hit low upends the running back Taj Brooks. That was Ryan Watts, incomplete.
Remember that Texas got beat on that in the first half. This time they have the corner rolled up to the short field, and he's in perfect position to make the play.
Wow.
And Texas changing up what they're doing on the back end on the short side so they don't get tricked like they did in the first half and give up a big play.
Thank goodness Brooks survived that one. 3rd and 10. So what could have been for Texas Tech, it would have been first and goal, but not for the play by Crawford.
You need 4 or 5 here. This is 4-down territory.
Smith throws, and along the sideline, got more than that. That pass is complete, very close. I think about a yard, maybe a little less short to Miles Price. So it's 4th down, and Joey McGuire's going for it.
As he should. And Donovan Smith ought to be your guy.
We'll see if the quarterback keeps it here on 4th and a yard. Big play here late in the third quarter.
A lot of big guys in the middle for Texas.
Smith keeps it, and Smith drives forward to get the first down. Tough run. That was pretty well defended by the Longhorns. Overshown ended up getting him to the turf, but that's a first down, Texas Tech.
Yeah, everything got clogged up inside. Great effort inside by Sweat and company, and so Smith did a good job of bouncing it to the outside.
Good chip block there, too, by Thompson after the play fake to him, because that could have blown the play up. First down. Smith spins around, now middle, and the pass is caught. What a catch. He threw it behind Tharp, who somehow pulled it in, and now it will be first and goal.
It was the only place he could throw it. He couldn't throw it out in front because Texas had a defender there. And what a job. The catch radius when you're 6'9" has got to be like 7 feet, 8 feet.
That was a tough play.
Soft hands.
So first and goal, Texas Tech, 10th play of the drive.
Get under center.
These teams just don't.
Get under center.
They don't deviate. Handoff straight ahead. Touchdown. Thompson. Now there is a penalty flag. I think they're pointing toward the defense.
Texas Tech needed that.
Legal substitution infraction. Defense, 12 players on the field. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
The 12 players on the field didn't matter. Touchdown, Red Raiders. With the extra point coming, you're right. That was a very important drive.
Not just for Texas Tech offensively to get some rhythm, but to get the crowd back into the game. His crowd has been baking in the sun for a couple hours, and they kind of lost their enthusiasm.
Extra point coming for Trey Wolf. You know, between those two experienced backs, Thompson and Brooks, this time it was Thompson. I'll have to double check the numbers. They each have a touchdown today. Extra point is up and good. I think between the two of them in their careers, that's 50 touchdowns. That's a lot of times in the end zone.
Yeah. That's a lot of dancing. Come up with new routines.
Yeah, a lot of practice.
We're not fans of the quarterback being in the shotgun on the goal line, but when you can turn around and just give it to a guy like that who weighs 220 pounds, you got a chance of getting it in the end zone.
So it worked there for the Red Raiders. 1:55 to go, third quarter. Let's go down to Tiffany.
Texas Tech receiver Miles Price told me that Donovan Smith just brings so much confidence. He said when Donovan is out there, it's like, okay, we're good. In the huddle, you can just hear the confidence he has. He said with a quarterback like that, it just brings the energy up so much because you can always rely on him, guys.
Well, I think he's played well. Look, not a ton of plays really down the field. Maybe Texas Tech's offense could be a little more explosive. 43 attempts, only 213 yards. But I think overall he's played well.
Yeah, he's taken care of the football. Hasn't thrown a pick. Threw 5 over the last couple of games. You know, they opened up the field for him, let him spread things out. He's seeing it better, and his confidence is higher today.
Yeah, good points. So now with tortillas still flying, touchback, and we'll send it to Matt in studio.
Segue, Dave Fleming. Thank you for that. We are busy across the networks this afternoon. North Carolina getting it over on ABC from Notre Dame. Cincinnati looking good on ESPN2. Look at this upper right ACC network. Middle Tennessee having their way with the U. And Appalachian State, still the team to watch, up over JMU on ESPN+.
Yeah, well, I like the 5-box, Matt. There is so much going on across college football right now, including this game here. Big 12 opener, both sides. Texas Tech at home in front of the sellout crowd, trying to pull off the upset. Their defense back on the field. After the Longhorns went down the field last time they had it, Hudson Card incomplete.
Texas Tech changing things up a little bit defensively. They are now keeping it single high, have their safety 20 yards deep on that last play, making sure that they can give help if they need it on a deep throw.
Well, some of those, there's your really, really deep safety.
Yeah.
The big plays have hurt Texas Tech.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I like to have the middle of the field closed with the safety, but 20-plus yards deep.
Roschon Johnson straight ahead, got tripped up. I think he was seeing some daylight out in front, but got tripped. So now 3rd and 8, and this big Red Raiders crowd is coming back to life.
And I don't see Xavier Worthy out there for Texas. And he's the guy who can take the top off the defense and puts fear in you. So the deep threat is not as apparent as it would be with him out there.
Ajay Hall has played a lot of snaps for Texas today. And he's out there now for 3rd and 8.
He is 25 yards deep in the middle of the field.
You are right. Card will dump it down short. Johnson made one man miss and then gets swarmed. Well, Hudson Card avoided the big loss, but nowhere close to the first down. Good effort by the sophomore quarterback. It won't matter. It's 4th down.
Big stop for Texas Tech. Listen, and let's give them credit. Even though the previous series, Card burned them when they pressured, they came right back with it. They weren't afraid to go back after him, and thus the safety playing really deep to be able to clean up things.
Jalen Hutchings, he's put some pressure on up the middle today for Texas Tech. First punt for the Longhorns all day. That usually means really good things. Fair catch, sprinting over Miles Price. Made the catch on the move. Texas Tech's offense comes back on the field tomorrow on Sunday NFL Countdown. One-on-one with Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Plus the game's great defenders share stories of trying to stop Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the app. And then on Monday Night Football, the 2-0 Giants. Not many people thought that would be the case. 2-0 Giants hosting the Cowboys at 8 Eastern, ABC, ESPN. So many ways to watch, including Peyton and Eli on ESPN2.
Remember, we talked about the Heat and the Texas big guys, and Texas Tech had hope coming into the ball game that if they ran enough plays, they'd wear them out for the 4th quarter. Well, this series might tell us something.
I mean, they've already run. Texas Tech has 67 plays from scrimmage in this game. A low throw, but that was picked clean before it hit the turf. So that turns into a completion and a gain of close to 8 yards.
Yeah, they've now run 20 plays more than Texas has.
You're talking about we're still in the 3rd quarter. Handoff straight ahead and stopped. So stuffed by the Longhorns defensive line. That'll give Texas's defense a little breather here. The final play of quarter number 3. And we got a ball game.
Yeah, we got something happening 4th quarter. How about Bijan Robinson tight roping? That put Texas up, but Texas Tech came right back to get their touchdown with Thompson. We got a big 4th quarter coming.
No matter what you're in the mood for, with the all-new Royal Crispy Chicken lineup at Burger King, you can't go wrong. Classic, cheesy, spicy, or tangy. Reward yourself with any of the all-new Royal Crispy Chicken sandwiches today, only at Burger King.
Come on, Nuggets, with all that IT stuff we gotta do, let's fuel up with some chunky soup. Woo! Woo! Let's go, baby. Fill up with 16 grams of protein per can and chunky spicy chicken noodle. French fries.
PN from Lubbock, Texas. Great scene here at Jones AT&T Stadium. Joey McGuire's first matchup as a head coach against the Longhorns as we start quarter number 4. It's 3rd and a half a yard, and Texas Tech does go under center for this 3rd down run, and they will get the first down with Taj Brooks, that powerful straight ahead runner. 1st and 10 Red Raiders. So 15 minutes to go. Texas Tech, I mean, it's the opener in the conference play, Rod, for both these teams. It still feels like a big game. Texas Tech hasn't come from behind by 10 or more in their Big 12 history very often. One time.
Yeah, but they've cut this lead into a 1-possession game, and they've got the ball. They've got a shot to make this pretty interesting the rest of the way if they get something out of this drive.
A lot of football still to be played, and Texas Tech running a lot of plays. They're going to reverse it here. The Longhorns defense saw that coming. Miles Price just had nowhere to go and did well to get close to the line of scrimmage.
Everybody stayed at home, didn't give them a shot. You know, think about this crowd in this game in this 4th quarter. It's not certain, but this could be the last time this game is played here, because Texas will wind up in the SEC in a couple years. maybe early. So this might be the last time they visit this place.
And that would be a shame.
Yeah.
If you think back to the history of this series, but could well be. Shotgun snap on second down. That pass completed very quickly, but a short gain across the middle outside the 45 to the 47, where it'll be third down.
Now, Texas has been successful defensively when they bring a little pressure in these situations. They get Smith a little bit uncomfortable. I would expect them to come with it here.
And it is 3rd and 7. Already the 14th third down play for Texas Tech in this game. That's a lot. Pressure was picked up. The throw is caught along the far sideline, and that's going to be good enough for a Texas Tech first down. Tough play by Miles Price. Hard to get him to the ground. Jamison got in a wrestling match with Miles Price.
And Price hung in there, even though he's only 180 pounds. He did a great job. And what great protection they gave Smith.
They did. They gave him time. Now on first down, throwing again, being chased out of there. He dumps it short. It's incomplete, out of bounds.
He wanted the deep throw, but Texas Tech had to cover. Now look at the protection he gets. Get a little stunt, a little twist inside there, but they pick it up nicely, and that gives Smith all the time he needs to find his man Price along the sideline.
So another third down conversion for the Red Raiders. Texas still leads, but their defense has been on the field a lot. This will be the 75th play from scrimmage already. Smith trying to scramble, and Smith goes down. That's Overshown.
Yeah, he saw the pressure, 5-man pressure, and thought he needed to get out of there. Probably made that decision a little bit too soon, because now you've got a tough 4th down and long. He saw the pocket collapse a little bit and got out of there a little bit too soon. Needed to hang in there a little bit longer.
So 3rd down and 13.
3rd and 13, sorry.
But you're right, the loss on the play. Now Texas might have jumped again.
Yeah, they did.
Could be another free play. Why not throw it downfield, and the pass in traffic is caught. What a catch. Trey Cleveland. I believe they're going to decline that penalty.
I think so. How did he come down with that? What a smart play by Smith. Recognizing Texas was offside, decided to take the chance and underthrew that so Cleveland could see the ball and have a chance to go up and get it. And he does. Underthrown, great leap, great catch, and Texas Tech is in business.
Cook and Barron right there, but it was Cleveland who came down with the ball. 1st and goal, Red Raiders. It is good quarterback awareness. When you get that flag, go for it. Handoff. And just nothing there against those big guys up front for Texas.
Great job inside. Broughton 45 coming over. He let the big guys eat up all the blockers, and then he's free to make a play. He's kind of a big guy too at 293, you know. They got a lot of them inside there.
He just looks small compared to some of his teammates.
It's pretty wild. You look at him, you go, oh, he's not that big. That's because he's standing next to a 340-pounder.
2nd and goal, under center. Play fake. Rolling right. Smith looking end zone. Nobody's there. Smith gets away. Inside the 10 to the 5 and shoved out of bounds. Donovan Smith sets up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, he didn't have time, but he had a guy wide open in the back of the end zone. That's kind of tough when you're running for your life. Again, this is 2-down territory. They're not going to kick a field goal.
Sure doesn't seem like it.
No. And I think you got to give Smith an option to use his legs here. Use him to the wide field.
Brooks alongside Smith to his right. Receiver comes in motion. And the play fake. Smith straight ahead. Got tackled short. Nice tackle there by Overshown. 4th and goal.
Overshown made the tackle, but Murphy destroyed the blocking up front.
And they are going for it, and they're getting organized quickly. 4th and goal. The snap. Another play fake. Smith again, and he's not going to get there. The Longhorns defense comes up with a big stop.
You know, Murphy won't get credit for anything on that play, but he ate up 2 big blockers in front, which gave his teammates a chance to make the play. What a great job inside by 90. Byron Murphy, Texas with a big stop on the goal line. Oh, man, that's a goal line stand.
This Columbus, number 3 Ohio State against Wisconsin to open Big Ten play. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 where we are on ABC and the ESPN app. All right, after the goal line stand, Texas has the ball right at their goal line and the handoff straight ahead. The Red Raiders had a run blitz coming from the outside and almost got Bijan Robinson.
You know, most coaches would have kicked that field goal that Texas Tech declined to do. As you see this real good defensive stand there. So we knew he would go for it because he's been doing that the entire game. Really the second half. I think he's gone for it every time in the second half of this ball game.
Snap. Card in the end zone, going deep right sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. There was some contact there. No penalty flag, knocked away, intended for Whittington. That's Rashad Williams.
And Williams on the spot, but didn't find the ball, which is why there was a little bit of hesitancy about whether a flag would be thrown.
Now Whittington limps off. Worthy's already not in there.
Card, who's already dealing with an ankle. We've seen flags thrown for less than that when quarterbacks have been hit.
So now Card's got to be careful in his own end zone. Robinson alongside on 3rd down. Play clock is winding down. Texas needs to get it snapped, and they're going to call a timeout. They snapped it. Card didn't take the snap. He had paused to call timeout.
So what do you think? Were you okay with Texas Tech not kicking the field goal?
Totally okay.
Delay game. Offense. That the 3rd down.
You kick a field goal, you're still down 4.
Yeah, I think
it's the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I think that's the way he plays. As you see the ball snapped after the flag, that's the way that he coaches the game and goes at it. That's his style. I think we're seeing a transition. Most coaches would have kicked the field goal and said, "I got 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter."
If the field goal got you down 3, kick it. Down 4, go for it. In my humble opinion. All right, after the timeout from the end zone, Card is going to go left sideline and incomplete. More good coverage there. Trying to hit Tariq Milton. It's 4th down, and Texas is not going to have the normal amount of room to punt.
No, and give credit Texas Tech's defense. 2 big stands in this second half. That's allowed their offense to get back in.
Both times when Texas Tech has gone for it on 4th down and not gotten it, both times their defense has come up with an immediate stop. And this is another reason why you go for it on 4th and goal, because now Texas is not in a very comfortable position.
Yeah, and you should get a very short field out of this.
Trejo's got to get the punt off quickly. He does. This is returnable at midfield. Miles Price cuts it up. Miles Price to the 40, to the 35, still on his feet, dancing, and he gets inside the 30. So the defense comes up with the stop, the special teams a nice return, and the Red Raiders offense rushes back on the field.
So we can just say that Joey McGuire knows his style and what he's doing and willing to take the risk, and his team is right back in it now.
And I do agree with you. Have a plan, have an idea of how you want to play, stick to it, play your way.
Yeah, you're going to get some criticism for it. Not everybody would do it this way, but he does, and he goes with it. Again, it wasn't the first time that he went for it on 4th down deep or even in his own territory.
Let's go down to Tiffany.
Guys, the price is always right. That's what Miles Price told me. He lives by it. He says what it means to him is that you can always count on him. He's the guy that can make the play. He says he lives by it because it fuels him and just keeps him going, guys.
He's got 9 catches in this game already, Tiffany, plus that punt return. 1st down, Red Raiders, and a nice tackle. Thompson got the carry but was upended immediately. DeMarvion Overshown gosh, he's fresh out there.
Yeah.
He hasn't played 80 snaps like his teammates have. He's flying all over the place.
He's mad he missed the first half of the game. Again, he was suspended for having a targeting call last week, a very controversial one, which we understand that it's the type of play that the rule committee is going to look at to see if it makes sense for them to flag that sort of thing.
Smith across the middle kind of zinged it in there, and the pass is incomplete. The big hit put on Miles Price, and hopefully he's okay. That was a dangerous throw. Jaron Thompson got the hit on, and Price does hop up.
Yeah, you hope your quarterback protects you over the middle. Get that ball a little bit lower so he doesn't take that hit. And this is a big hit.
Ooh. Oh. And Thompson made sure he didn't lead with his helmet.
No, it's a clean hit, led with his shoulder.
Well, Price does come off the field. He was arguing to stay out there, but the officials used a timeout for the injured player, so he comes off. Well, it's third down. Yeah, got 2 plays to get 10 yards, probably. I'm not sure Texas Tech is all that confident in their field goal kicking team. Now the Red Raiders will burn a timeout.
Texas Tech, their first of the half.
So we'll take a timeout ourselves. 8:50 to go. A 1-touchdown game. Texas Tech with the ball. Back right after this. Raiders to Austin in the top 10 for the first time since 1977. And then Vince Young happened.
Oh, Vince Young happened to a whole lot of folks, not just the Texas Tech Raiders. One of the best college quarterbacks of all time.
So Miles Price, even though Texas Tech used a timeout, Miles Price being forced to come off the field. He is very unhappy after they stopped play because he was supposedly injured. He hopped up and said, "I'm not injured." 3rd and 10. Red Raiders out of the timeout. Smith takes the snap. Pressure comes. Smith will try to get away. Now he's going to run, and Smith will get tackled. Good open field tackle by Barron. He's had a really good game for the Longhorns. It's 4th down and 5.
He's been outstanding. Texas has had more success when they bring a little pressure. Smith couldn't hang in the pocket, made a good decision. This big 4th down again.
Another one. They're going for it again.
Short side of the field. They've been able to get a back out that way. That might be the call here.
4th and 5. Smith going to try to run again. Smith made a move, and he cut it upfield and got the first down. Nice run, Donovan Smith.
Desire and toughness. The young man was a wide receiver most of his time in high school out in Las Vegas. Switched to quarterback late. And he just needs to keep playing. He needs to be on the field, get more reps.
Is that Keandre Coburn who's down?
There you see the...
I think he hit his own teammate.
Yeah.
He and Anthony Cook collided at the end of this play, looked like. So hopefully Keandre Coburn is okay. That was another big 4th down conversion for the Red Raiders. They have the ball when we come back.
Juliana, Big Mac, no pickles, extra special sauce.
4th down conversion of the game for Texas Tech, who makes it 1st and 10. Red Raiders down a touchdown, 8:08 to go, but the Texas Tech offense stays on the field inside the 20. On the move again.
There's Price flooding that short side of the field.
Caught! Touchdown! Baylor Cupp, the tight end. Extra point away from this game being tied.
Terrific play call, taking the shot from around the 19-20 yard line instead of trying to just ease your way to the goal line, and recognizing the mismatch with the size of your tight end.
And we talk mostly about Mason Tharp and his size, but Baylor Cupp is a big dude too. Extra point up and good, and the game is tied. He was a monster recruit out of a Texas high school, went to Texas A&M, got hurt, had a hard time staying healthy. He may have found a home here in Lubbock.
6'6", 260. They flooded the short side of the field. 3 receivers over there, overload, and what happens? Texas Tech a little confused. That short side of the field, not enough defenders to handle all the receivers that Texas Tech put over there.
I'll tell you what, Donovan Smith is having himself a game.
Hasn't he grown?
Really has.
This is the guy who there was some question about. We talked to the coaches yesterday and we said, hey, 5 picks in 2 weeks. Is he on a short leash? They said, no, not a short one, but he's on a leash because of the 5 picks. But you've seen great decision making from him all day. He's taking care of the football, and he's got his team tied with Texas in the 4th quarter, and the fans are going nuts.
Under 8 minutes to go. Donovan Smith, 50 attempts, 291 yards, a couple touchdowns, no interceptions, as Rod said. Very important. And then the rushing, not huge rushing numbers, but
timely.
A lot of big, timely plays.
Yeah.
Including the 4th down conversion. Joey McGuire looking for a signature win early in his head coaching tenure. The touchback, and we'll check in studio with Matt.
All right, Dave Fleming, we were joking around about MTSU, but it's getting serious now. After a 4th and goal stop, MTSU first play after getting the ball back, 98 yards, DJ England Chisholm, 38-17 MTSU at Miami. And once down 28-3, JMU and Kalen Black, the touchdown there, have come all the way back to take the lead, 32-28.
I love it. See our updates. They don't always have to be the Blue Bloods.
But they're definitely exciting.
The Blue Raiders, maybe.
Yeah.
Under 8 minutes to go. Texas with the ball back. Hudson Card. Hands off Bijan Robinson. That seems like a good idea. You're under stress. You're not playing great. The other team has the momentum. How about Robinson touches the ball?
Yeah, I don't think he's had enough touches today. That was only his 13th carry. I would have expected him to be closer to 20.
And part of that is the total plays.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas, now the quick strike offense has been a part of that story, but Texas Tech has dominated the plays from scrimmage. 2nd down and another handoff, cutting it upfield. Red Raiders defense has played better as this game has gone on.
Well, we've talked about how all the extra plays and the heat has hurt the Texas defense. The Texas Tech defense has been a little bit more fresh, a little fresher this 2nd half, and they've had a couple of big stops already.
Yeah. It's going to get loud here now.
How do you play it if you're Texas Tech? You sit back in zone, you bring a little pressure. Remember, the back out of the backfield has been an issue.
It's Johnson, not Robinson in the backfield. He stays in to pass protect. The throw across the middle, incomplete. Texas looking for the flag, and here comes the flag. It took a while. There was contact. Casey Kane, the intended receiver. And the public address announcer screaming 4th down. I don't think so.
I think he missed the flag. Ooh. Ooh.
Pass interference.
Ooh.
Defense, number 6.
Now, here's the thing. The call is you can put your hand on a receiver for leverage, but you cannot turn the receiver. And I think the official determined there that he turned the receiver, which kept him from being able to make a play on the ball. I'm not sure he turned him.
He might have.
I'm not sure he turned him that much at all.
I do agree with you. I think that was what the call was. Now the handoff, and Bijan Robinson. Again, this guy makes the most spectacular 5-yard runs you would ever want to see. I mean, every once in a while he goes for 75 and a touchdown, but I'm as impressed by the 4- and 5-yard runs.
I think he's leading the country in yards after contact.
A little quicker tempo. He gets it again and gets stopped this time, so it'll be 3rd down and about 3 for the Longhorns.
I was serious when I mentioned in the first half that he's the kind of running back, I think he's the best running back in the country. If Texas keeps winning and he gets somewhere around 1,800, 2,000 yards, he's a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate.
The junior from Tucson, Arizona.
101 yards today, and he's going to touch it some more. He should touch it some more.
3rd and 3. Steve Sarkisian trying to get organized. I'm not sure he's totally thrilled.
Oh, he's upset.
He's going to call timeout.
Oh, he did not want to have to burn that timeout.
Yeah, the tight end,
Timeout,
Sanders,
Texas.
yelling.
Their first
Texas.
of the half. 30 seconds in length.
I think on offense in this game, for the most part, their offense has been organized. That time, wrong time for a little confusion.
Well, they haven't been able to really run any play effectively in the second half on 3rd down. Remember, Hudson Card bailed them out on 3rd down plays twice. And so Texas Tech has really sort of had their number on 3rd down plays. So they haven't been fluid, and he can't be happy with that. You know, the penalty bailed them out, Hudson Card bailed them out, but the execution and missing Worthy, I think, has been a huge issue for them in the second half.
I do too.
I mean, Worthy opens up the field. He takes the top off the defense. Texas Tech is settling in a little bit more. This is another big 3rd down. Huge 3rd down.
And in the backfield, that looks like Roschon Johnson. Not Robinson. So Johnson in there, 3rd and 3. Card sprinting right. Card throws on the move, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. Incomplete. The receiver caught it, but not in bounds. That was Whittington.
Yeah, and listen, Texas Tech, they are not being conservative. They brought pressure that time. They trusted their secondary to play man. You see the pressure coming off the edge from the field. Put Hudson Card on the move. It's a really good defensive call. And all of a sudden, advantage Texas Tech here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, there was a moment of hesitation. Card stayed on the field, but now he comes off, and the punt team is out there. So it'll be the punter, Trejo. Kind of end over end. Price runs up, is going to let it bounce, and it takes a Longhorn-friendly bounce out of bounds inside the 20. But the Red Raiders will get the ball back. Tie game, under 6 to go when we come back to Lubbock.
CJ Stroud, ABC, 7:30, Buckeyes of Wisconsin. KJ Jefferson coming up here on ESPN, and Will Levis of Kentucky over on ESPN2.
All right, Matt, can't wait for those games. What a game here in Lubbock, where the Red Raiders of Texas Tech get the ball back, 5:26 to go, tie game, and they hand it off on 1st down with just no running room whatsoever. Brooks with the carry for no gain. One time in Texas Tech's Big 12 history have they come back to win a game when down by 10 or more at the half. That one time. The last time they beat the Longhorns in Austin in 2017.
Wow. History repeating itself, but in Lubbock maybe?
Yeah, the last time that the Red Raiders beat Texas here was that incredible game in 2008. Pressure comes. The throw across the middle. Miles Price. 1st down and more. Price still going. And he gets shoved out of bounds close to midfield. Wow. Miles Price, what a play.
Oh, the confident Mr. Playmaker. That young man now has, 14 catches on the day? You would think by now Texas is looking for number 1 when he lines up and making sure you roll your coverage that way.
Instead, the big gain, 33 yards, almost all of them after the catch. 1st down to midfield. Clock moving, and now what? We're going to review this one.
Previous play is under review to see if the runner stayed in bounds or not.
So he stayed in bounds for a while. We just don't know exactly when. They want to check and make sure they got the spot right, exactly where he stepped out of bounds.
Heck of a play. Those crossing routes are a challenge. And boy, did he get some yards after the catch.
And I thought they made a pretty good, just my first look at it. Did he stay in bounds here?
There,
maybe not there.
That step before then, the right foot.
But I think up until that point, I think they got it right.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's going to be a huge difference either way.
Well, we've talked about this before, Flem, but 87 plays, hot day. Texas defense has been on the field an awful lot. You take a look at the stepping out of bounds. Not there. It's the next step. Oh, there it was.
Well, the first-year offensive coordinator for Texas Tech, Zach Kittley, who grew up here, who is Lubbock through and through, Texas Tech through and through, was a graduate assistant coach under Cliff Kingsbury, helped coach Patrick Mahomes. It's his first year coordinating this offense. He's got to be thrilled with the way they've been able to pile up those plays and wear down this Texas defense.
It's going to plan for him. And remember, he told us that back in 2008, you mentioned that game, he was a high school student.
After review, the runner stepped out at the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at that spot.
He was a high school student and stormed the field that day. He might have a hard time getting to the field tonight if they win this game, but he gets to call the plays that might give the fans a chance to storm the field.
I think he'd like to get down there and rush the field if they could pull this off. Now, look, long way to go, 4:28 on the clock. And they did mark Price. It's a first down, but he lost 7 total yards after that review.
His defense is tired.
Texas did get a little breather there with the replay official taking over. 1st and 10. Taj Brooks in the backfield. Now Price goes in motion. The give is to Brooks, who bounces off one would-be tackler, slipped and got a yard.
That is a big first down stop for Texas. Now they've got the chance to really mix it up on defense. Smith has had issues when they've brought some pressure, but he's also escaped it and made some big runs.
Texas's run defense has been good today, because the Red Raiders, they have 2 good talented backs. Brooks is in there again. He'll go in motion on 2nd and 9. Smith in the pocket, throws middle into traffic, and a nice catch there.
Yeah, he had to put a lot on that ball to get it in there. You talked about traffic. Yeah, there was coverage. Now you got another 3rd down here. Again, 2 down territory. Our guy.
We'll see.
Our guy.
Game situation, tie game near midfield. We'll see. 3rd and 4. Donovan Smith takes that snap. Smith now steps up. Smith is going to lose the ball. It's on the turf. Now, I think one of his teammates fell on it and recovered.
Recovered by the offense.
And it wasn't a teammate. That was Smith himself who fell on the ball right near midfield. They actually might have gained about a yard.
Yeah, I think it might have given them a first down or close to it.
And I think you're right. I think they're going to go for it.
Yeah. How about the spy being perfectly situated there to make the play?
They're going for it.
Yeah, I had no doubt that they would. Now, remember, if they don't get this, they are setting Texas up for a real short field and a chance to win the game.
Wow, what a decision. 2.5 minutes to go, 4th and 3.
Most coaches would kick it here.
8th time they've gone for it on 4th down in the game. Smith takes the snap. Smith pressured, backpedaling, throws, and it is caught! Miles Price with the catch. The improv from Donovan Smith.
Are you kidding me?
That's some guts from Joey McGuire.
This young man has really grown up as a quarterback today.
Yeah, it took the guts to make the call and then the great play. So now on 1st down, they hand off straight ahead.
It wasn't the play that was called. It was the play that Donovan Smith made, and then the great catch at the end to get the first down by Price. Keep it alive, extend the play, avoid the rush, and get a big first down.
That was, in some ways, that's his best throw of the whole day.
Yeah.
So 2nd down after a gain of 4. Clock continues to run. So now the clock is definitely an issue for the Longhorns. Joey McGuire, he and Texas Tech, they have 2 timeouts remaining. They're at the 40. They need to get a little closer to feel good about a field goal. Smith will throw it away, and a penalty flag thrown. In fact, 2 of them in the defensive backfield. This could be a really big penalty against the Longhorns if it is.
In the area of holding or pass interference downfield.
Wow. Because that play, nothing was happening on that play.
Yeah. And again, decision making. Donovan Smith threw that away.
Out of the pass, holding, defense, number 28. 10-yard penalty.
Jordan Thompson, I think, got a call for the hold. That's huge.
A minute 19. If you are, well, here you go. You see the hold right there. And that was 28. Thompson on the hold, at least one of them.
Yeah, he grabbed him. So that moves the ball to the 30.
That's a 47-yarder from there.
That's still iffy.
Yeah, you want to get closer.
Texas's defense needs a play.
They need a tackle for loss or a sack.
Smith in the backfield. Longhorns also have 2 timeouts. And now whistles blow. And a timeout, Red Raiders. They use one of their 2 timeouts.
Not a bad idea.
Timeout. Texas Tech, their second.
Take the timeout, remind your quarterback of the situation.
Yeah, if there's any doubt, this is the time of game to make sure you're sure. So Texas Tech will get organized. Well, next Saturday at noon Eastern, these same Red Raiders will be headed to Manhattan, Kansas to take on Kansas State exclusively on ESPN Plus. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com/Big12 Now.
Manage the clock now. You got 1 timeout left if you're Texas Tech. You sort of have a field goal attempt in your back pocket. Not completely comfortable with it. You want to get closer, but you don't want to leave much time on the clock for Texas.
Trey Wolf, the place kicker, 2 of 3 kicking field goals this year. They don't kick a lot of them, which we're seeing why. They like to go for it. That's Joey McGuire's style. His long for the year, 47 yards.
Ball security, huge issue here. Wouldn't surprise me to see Donovan Smith in a quarterback design run. Keep the ball in his hands and get it closer.
So 1st and 10, Red Raiders. 53 pass attempts for Donovan Smith. Empty backfield, and he's going to throw it short. Price straight ahead. Got 3 yards or so on 1st down.
Aren't you going to start thinking about timeouts if you're Texas?
I would think you got to consider it. You got 2 of them.
Texas.
And they did use one of those 2 timeouts.
30 seconds.
Yeah, you've got to preserve the clock now. You have to assume that they're going to have a field goal attempt, and you want some time on the clock, and hopefully your timeout. But if you got to blow all 3 of your timeouts, you want to make sure you get the ball back with some time.
Well, if you watch the game before us, Auburn and Missouri, no kick is to be taken for granted. So Texas is trying to give themselves a shot. All right, this is the last time on this field that Texas Tech has beaten Texas, and the all-time memorable play, really, I think, in the history of this program. Michael Crabtree, Texas was number 1.
Huge.
And somewhere in the melee as it ended, the current offensive coordinator, Zach Kitley. Can we find him? I don't think so. Somewhere in there.
He said he was a junior in high school, and he ran onto the field with the crowd, and he said he thought today could be like 2008. He thought his team was up for the moment. His offense is in the moment right now. They got a chance to give him another opportunity to storm the field against Texas.
Well, there is Trey Wolf getting loose on the sideline. This will be the 94th play from scrimmage for Texas Tech. 94 plays.
Wow.
Smith, handoff straight ahead. And just not a whole lot of room there. Stop for no gain. Steve Sarkisian rushes out. Quick timeout. Stops the clock. 1:10 to go. Now that's Texas's.
Texas.
I think that's their. Yeah, that is their final timeout.
You know, we normally will see some clock mismanagement at the end of these types of games. But listen, I think both coaches have handled the clock well here. You had Steve Sarkisian making sure that he's starting to use his timeouts to preserve some time in case they get the ball back. And then on the other side, Texas Tech has done a really good job with trying to bleed the clock and get themselves in the position to at least have a field goal attempt.
All right, real quick word about the stakes here. I mean, Texas, we know, look, they think they've made a lot of progress this year. They showed it against Alabama, even though they didn't win that game. For Texas Tech, a whole new era with Joey McGuire. What a win this would be.
Absolutely. Remember, this is the opening conference game. And Texas believes that they are a team that can win the Big 12. And Texas Tech told us that yesterday also. The other thing is, we don't know if we'll see Texas in this stadium again before they go to the SEC.
I sure hope we will. Because this rivalry, I know it's mostly lopsided if you look over the course of the football history of these two schools, but it sure has produced a lot of memorable games.
Wow.
And this is another one.
This is another one. I don't think I see a fan seated anywhere. A couple of Texas fans are sitting down, but anybody in red is standing.
So now 3rd and 7, 1:10 to go, no timeouts for the Longhorns. Do you try to put this ball where Trey Wolff likes it?
Yeah, I think you want to make him comfortable. This is a 45-yard field goal from right here. I think you'd like to get it closer to be a 40-yard kick. You can't pick up the first down.
See if Smith keeps it in the shotgun all by himself. And he will fake it and keep it, and he might have even lost a half yard. Baron Sorrell with the tackle. So here we go. It's going to come down to Trey Wolff.
They have one timeout. They should bleed the clock and then attempt the field goal.
The senior from Klein High School in Spring, Texas. They are going to let this clock go down as far as they can. They can't go close to 0, but Joey McGuire will be ready to call the timeout when the play clock goes down to 1. And then it'll be up to that young man.
How do you think he feels? Heart pounding?
When you grow up in this state, in a game like this, you dream of this.
Yeah. This is the thing. You know, the Texas Tech Raiders, Red Raiders,
30 seconds in length.
They are essentially the Dallas Cowboys of this area. They are the professional team, if you will, for about, what, 4.5 hours around this area.
And so many of these players on the field today, they know each other from high school football. They played against each other from the time they were little kids. Trey Wolff, 6 of 10 career, 40+ yards. So this is no guarantee whatsoever.
Yeah. And there's also a little bit of the, hey, Texas is the blue blood program. They didn't recruit me, that sort of thing. And a chance to go up on them late in the 4th quarter would be huge for Texas Tech.
So the ball's going to be spotted right in the middle of the field and right at the 35. So a 45-yard field goal try to put Texas Tech ahead with less than a half a minute to go. Snap, hold, kick on the way. Kick is good. He nailed it. 21 seconds away from an enormous Texas Tech win.
What a clutch performance by Wolff. Something you've dreamed of, and he comes through in the clutch. 21 seconds away from a big upset for Texas Tech.
Well, he definitely had the adrenaline with the extra yardage.
Yeah.
Because that one was boomed.
That would have been good from 55. Now, Texas Tech, do you kick it off out of the end zone and just let your defense play? Or do you squib it or so and try to, you know, burn some clock here? I'd prefer to have my defense play.
I think if you're asking me, I would probably prefer the same thing.
You can sometimes get some crazy things happen when you squib that ball and allow the...
If you hit an up man or something and then all of a sudden the ball's at the 45,
yep.
You know, something could go wrong.
Yep.
So we'll see. 21 seconds on the clock. It'll be the guy who just delivered the kick that put Texas Tech ahead to kick it deep, we think. Trey Wolff. And he will just kick it deep and kick it well through the end zone for a touchback. So Texas will get it at the 25 to even have a shot. What do you think? You got to get 35 yards or so to have a chance with no timeouts in 21 seconds?
Well, I think pregame, I think I mentioned, we saw Bert Auburn comfortably kicking 50-yarders. Yeah, so you'll stretch him here, but I think you got to get at least, you know, to the 40 to have a shot at giving him a 57-yard attempt.
That's kind of what I was doing the math on, maybe.
Yeah.
maybe
And so
35 yards.
One thing you need to think about if you're Texas is it's going to be hard to get the sideline throws. You might go ahead and take a shot down the middle and then hustle up there and down the ball.
I think that's the way to go. We'll see if they could pull off a miracle. Texas. Hudson Card. Steps up and throws it, kind of floated that one out to the right sideline, and the clock will stop. That's Sanders, who did get out of bounds. And Texas, I don't know if they can afford another one of those plays.
No.
That took 9 seconds.
No, they can't. They need 20 yards to have a realistic shot at a tying field goal attempt.
So they did give him a first down and stop the clock.
I think I'd take the shot over the middle and try to get up there and then clock the ball.
Card will throw it middle, deep, in fact, on the sideline, and what a catch! What a catch! Tariq Milton, I think he grabbed it one-handed.
What?
6 seconds.
What a throw and a catch.
That puts Texas in field goal range. Now, long range.
Way too soft by Texas Tech defensively. They had a guy short and a guy long, and neither one of them bothered to get to the middle.
Now you got to be really careful here. You don't have a timeout. 6 seconds. They're going to run a play. They will throw it to the sideline and get some extra yardage, and Sanders ducks out of bounds. So they did that absolutely perfectly with 2 seconds on the clock, and now it's going to be really a manageable field goal distance for Texas. Amazing.
Well, as I said, we watched warm-ups, and Bert Auburn was comfortably kicking from this distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, this isn't even that long. This will be, what, 47, maybe 48 to tie the game.
This is in his range.
For the answer, kick on the way, and it is good. He hooked it through. With no time on the clock, we're going to overtime.
Who needs a 2-minute drill when you have 21 seconds, right?
21 seconds, no timeouts. The first play didn't go the way they wanted it to. And then Texas pulled one out of their hats.
Look, you talk about clutch. How about that throw and catch? Amazing. Texas Tech could not hold up defensively. And how about the Longhorns, man? We talked about their mettle the last couple of weeks. You're seeing it right here.
That was some true resolve by the Longhorns. Bert Auburn just right down the middle to tie the game up and send this one to overtime. Don't go anywhere.
Your game over on ESPN News. When Texas Tech goes final, we'll move you here over to ESPN. But if you're looking for kickoff between Arkansas and Texas A&M, we've started you over on ESPN News.
All right, Matt, thanks. Well, sometimes you got to do some shuffling. You get a game like this. Pretty incredible. Texas Tech kicked the field goal we thought was going to be the winner. And in 19 seconds, Steve Sarkisian's offense went 46 yards down the field with really an incredible throw and catch. Tariq Milton with a saving play for the Longhorns.
Yeah, this is fantastic. The super senior, a transfer from Iowa State, kept his left foot in bounds, and that set them up for Bert Auburn to do his thing. Listen, we've seen a lot of close games and some 2-minute drills. That 21 seconds with no timeouts, that was phenomenal.
That takes execution, organization. Now we get the coin toss.
Whoever wins the toss gets to choose offense, defense, which end of the field you want to go on. Call it. Okay? What's your call? Tails.
Okay, let's get the coin ready.
Defense. You want to play on that?
So Texas Tech has won the toss. That gives them a little bit of an advantage. They choose to play defense, which sets up, you know what you got to do when you get the ball for the first time.
It's like baseball. You want to be the home team with the last at bat. And so Texas Tech on this first overtime will get the last chance to win the game or tie the game.
Yeah, they've played 72 times, these two programs. Great history between Texas and Texas Tech. Second game in this rivalry's history to go to overtime. The one in 2020 was just a crazy game, 63-56.
Yeah.
This was pretty crazy, too.
Yeah. How cool is this for college football?
It's great.
60,000 people, a rivalry game, a chance to hopefully that they will play again in this place again. If not, what a way to go out. This has been a tremendous game.
So overtime, and you're probably familiar with the overtime rules. The coin toss, we already had that. Every team gets one possession from the 25-yard line through the first two. You must go for a two-point conversion after a touchdown, starting with the second overtime. And then instead of a third overtime, then you just go to alternating two-point conversion tries to replace the offensive possessions.
If I am Texas, I got a couple guys in the backfield that are studs that I want to have touch the ball.
Sounds like a good plan to me. First play of overtime, and there's one of those studs. And Texas Tech has defended Bijan Robinson pretty well. Now, did the ball come out?
Came out. Ball came out.
It did, and Texas Tech has it. Amazing. Pearson with the recovery. Bijan Robinson fumbled it.
And he never fumbles.
Ever.
He doesn't give up the football.
So now the Red Raiders know all they need is 3.
All they need is a field goal. Let's see if this ball gets poked out, because he gets on contact. It was on contact that it came out. A tremendous hit by Merriweather on the ball, knocked it out. We're used to seeing Bijan Robinson hang on to the ball or cover up, but that was just helmet, shoulder pads on the football, and Merriweather knocked it out.
Krishawn Merriweather has been around for so long that his coaches call him Coach K. It's his 6th year, and a play he'll remember forever if the Red Raiders can get points here and win this game. They win with any kind of score now in the first overtime after the Longhorns turn it over. Handoff left side and breaking through down the left sideline inside the 10. That's Thompson.
All right. Do you continue to run plays, or do you kick it? I'm thinking if I want to kick it, I want to get the ball moved to the middle of the field.
First and goal. We'll see what Joey McGuire, I'm sure he's thought about this scenario before. Do you play for field goal position, just try to win it, or do you try to punch one in? Handoff straight ahead. Texas, you believe, would be trying to strip the ball away from Thompson, who had a hold of it with both arms.
That's the risk of continuing to just run plays. And on this hash mark, you are going to have Texas first guy in, make the tackle, hold him up, second guy, third guy, rip the ball out. So maybe to be safe, you think about if you're going to run it here, you run it more towards the middle of the field, make it as easy for your kicker as possible.
So now it's second and goal. Any points win it for Texas Tech. Another handoff, this time toward the middle and spinning inside the 5. Thompson.
Now, Flem, the reason to kick on third down would be to give yourself a chance to have an opportunity on fourth down if something went wrong, a bad snap or whatever.
You could just fall on the ball, but that's not, it doesn't look like that's what they're going to do.
No.
They did bring their second quarterback in the game for whatever reason. So I thought, well, wow, is something going on? I don't think so. Third and goal.
Safest play would be a fade route here.
Both quarterbacks are in, to be clear. Smith is still in the game. He's going to take the snap. And he's going to run it himself. Donovan Smith will slip. Oh, man, he saw the end zone there. He had it.
He did.
So now they're going to be forced to kick. A short field goal try to win the game coming up here.
He had the end zone in his sights. If he doesn't slip, game is over.
Texas Tech hopes it's just a footnote. Trey Wolff thought he was a hero one time. He's got a chance to be the hero again. This one will officially end it if it goes through.
Tough angle here from this hash mark.
So now a whistle and timeout. Texas.
You just
Timeout,
don't
Texas.
see.
The rolling of this overtime period, 60 seconds in length.
You just don't see Bijan Robinson give up the football.
Yeah, that's
It's-
as shocking as the drive was to tie it.
Yeah.
The fumble might be equally as shocking.
Listen, I think he's the best running back in the country. There isn't anything he can't do, and I know he feels badly, but it doesn't happen. He doesn't usually put the ball on the ground, and this was just one of those things where the tackle by Merriweather is directly on the ball. Didn't have two hands on it, wasn't expecting the contact, had one hand, and here's the tackle. There goes the ball. Young man was having a great day, 103 yards rushing, couple touchdowns. And this place, if this field goal happens, shades of 2008, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to recreate that scene if the kick goes through. Officially, it'll be a 20-yard field goal try right into that sea of red to try to win it from Trey Wolf.
We thought his heart was pounding when he kicked the field goal a couple minutes ago to put them ahead. Got to be really pounding now.
For the win, Texas Tech. High snap, kick up, kick, good! And the Red Raiders celebration can begin. It's 2008 all over again. A crazy game here in Lubbock. 37-34 the final. What a win for Texas Tech.
What a comeback. They were down at halftime. They fought and got back in it, and how demoralizing it had to be for them. For 21 seconds away, Texas came back and tied it and forced overtime, but they just buckled down and got it done in the overtime. What a huge win for Texas Tech.
In Texas Tech's history of playing in the Big 12, 2 times in their history they've been down 10 or more at half and come back to win. Both times against the Longhorns. That will put a smile on the faces of a lot of people here in Lubbock and beyond. And for Steve Sarkisian's team, a lot of good again today, but ultimately a play short. The overtime win for Texas Tech with the field goal that went straight on through.
We saw a young man grow up at quarterback for Texas Tech today.
He played great.
Donovan Smith.
Last home win against Texas was 2008. Last time they beat a ranked Texas team, 2008.
36 of 54 for Donovan Smith, couple touchdowns, and no picks for him.
I think somewhere down there, Tiffany is with the head coach, Joey McGuire.
I am Coach McGuire. To have your team come back to win in this fashion, take the Chancellor Spurs in your first year and knock off a Texas team, a ranked team at that.
Right.
What does it mean to you?
You know, we're 1-0 in Big 12 play. That's the first thing. I mean, I know it's important to beat the University of Texas, but we're 1-0 in Big 12. That was a goal, and our guys fought their tails off.
6 of 8. You tried to go for it on 4th down. Yeah. What gave you that much trust in your young quarterback, Donovan?
He practiced all week because a lot of guys could have hung their head after turning the ball over last week, but he didn't. He practiced so hard, and he came out and showed who he is today.
Thanks so much, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Well, and we appreciate Joey McGuire for giving us a few minutes there, and Tiffany with some courage to be in the mix of that. It's a miracle the camera, the audio worked. What a scene.
It is crazy. Almost the entire field covered in a sea of red.
Joey McGuire, you think they're happy they hired an old high school ball coach to come here to Lubbock? He said he wants to coach here until he's done coaching. And no matter how long his run in Lubbock is, he'll never forget this one.
What a sweet, sweet day for Texas Tech. And none sweeter than the kick there. A big win. Wow, shades of 2008.
For Steve Sarkisian's team, a tough loss to take with all the progress that they undoubtedly have made. But the Red Raiders were just too good, and they were really good.
Texas will feel like this is one that got away from them. They had control of the game. Gave up some fourth down conversions in the second half and let Texas Tech back in, but what a heck of a college football game and day.
I hope we get the same scene across the state in Dallas. That's where we're sending you now. For Rob Gilmore, Tiffany Blackman, Dave Fleming saying so long. We got Arkansas and Texas A&M coming up next. Let's take you to Joe Tess and Greg McElroy.
One against Cincinnati, trying to tackle a big touch.